beautiful day for baseball here at Stellar Field. Bowling Green welcomes in the Ball State Cardinals in a matchup of two of the best teams in the Mid-American Conference. It's a three-game series starting a little earlier than normal. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series as currently scheduled due to Easter on Sunday. So, again, this one started a little early, but I don't think anyone is complaining. Tyler Kavlitz here alongside Noah Seeley from the Falcon Media Sports Network. This is a big series for both these teams, Noah.
Yes, it is. It's a very big series. Also, I don't think anyone's complaining about an earlier start to the week. Everyone loves a good Easter. But both these teams high up in the MAC standings, both trying to push their way up to win the league. So it's going to be a good series.
Yeah, right now, Ball State, who really came in as, I think, the consensus favorite among a lot of people, they are, to no one's surprise, up there in the driver's seat in the MAC, a 27-11 overall record and a 13-2 conference mark. They are 12-8 on the road this season, and they've won 4 games in a row. They have not lost a Mid-American Conference series this season. Meanwhile, Bowling Green is down in the 4th spot in the conference standings. Even though they have the second best overall winning percentage in the MAC, they are in the 4th spot because of their conference record. The Falcons sit 24-11 overall, 12-6 in conference play. Kent State and Miami of Ohio in the 3 and 2 spots above them in the conference standings.
Yeah, Bowling Green took a rough loss in the MAC series against Western Michigan. Not exactly what you wanted to see. Ball State swept NIU in their last MAC series play, both coming in. Ball State's trying to keep it going. Bowling Green thinks they got something to prove. It's going to be good.
Yeah, and for Bowling Green, it's been 2 straight conference series losses. We'll get into that in a little bit. But both these teams also coming off non-conference wins this week. You had the Cardinals take care of Butler, and Bowling Green swept the season series over Purdue-Fort Wayne. So both them coming in with a little bit of momentum in that way that they took care of their non-conference midweek games. But really looking at this Ball State team, they are a good offense, but immediately your eyes go to this pitching staff that has been so dominant for the Cardinals this year.
Yeah, Tyler, I don't know if you play any poker, but the best hand, pocket aces. And I think that's what Ball State has here between Keegan Johnson and Jacob Hartleb. They both have been doing a great job. They're top of nearly every category pitching-wise in the MAC. I mean, it's going to be hard. Two games with good starting pitchers.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be extremely hard. Keegan Johnson getting the start today. We expect Jacob Hartleb will get the start tomorrow for the Cardinals. As long as no weather comes into play this weekend, we'll have to wait and see on that. We'll get more into Johnson when he takes the mound. But overall numbers for this Ball State team and what we're talking about with pitching, they lead the MAC with a 5.01 ERA, 330 strikeouts, and they hold opponents to just a 247 batting average and 299 hits this season, all 4 of those marks leading the conference.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that leads us very well into what Bowling Green has to do to win this game. And I think I wouldn't say they have to knock Johnson out of the game, but they need to strike first. They need to strike first and they need to strike hard.
You know, that good reference there. But that's been something, if you want to point to a big thing in offense that the Falcons have struggled with this season, it is getting the offense going early on in games, especially these conference games. We've seen it in the non-conference games, but the conference slate has not been kind to the Falcons offense starting up early. They've relied a lot on the 5, 6, 7 frames, even the 8th frame to get that offense going. So that's going to be a major task for Bowling Green here today.
Yeah, and especially in some of those series against the lower level on the MAC side, it's okay that you can go 6, 7, 8 innings, but against these top teams, you got to be ready to come off right off the rip.
And looking over at Bowling Green, talked about 4th in the conference standings, back-to-back MAC series losses, and they are without 2 key guys here again today. We have DJ Newman still out, and Sam Seidel will miss his 5th game in a row.
Yeah, I mean, Seidel is a very tough miss. So is Newman. I've loved watching Seidel play because he's a fantastic fielder.
Yeah.
And you're going to be moving freshman Brandon Curlis over to second base. He's done a great job at the hot corner. I think he can get it done at second as well.
Yeah, and that's an interesting one. We don't exactly know what it is with Seidel. He was hit by a pitch in the forearm wrist area in the Youngstown State game. Chaz McNeil and I talked to him post-game, and he said he was all good to go. and we have not seen him since. So you have to hope it's nothing serious with Sam Seidel, but he is not in the lineup today. Those lineups that we are talking about for Ball State, it is Alex Richter leading things off, the left-handed hitting second baseman. Dylan Grego batting second, the shortstop. He's a switch hitter. Nick Hasovsky bats third over at first base. Garrett Arnold batting cleanup, the catcher. Blake Bevis is in right field. He bats fifth. Ty Davis, the designated hitter, bats sixth, also a lefty there. Ben Giovanetti bats seventh over at the hot corner, third base. Clay Jacobs, yet another left-handed batter in this lineup for Ball State. He bats eighth in left field. And Gavin Bayless is batting ninth in center field. For Bowling Green, it's TJ Tackett's leading things off, the sophomore center fielder. Three straight sophomores actually in the order for Bowling Green to begin things. Garrett Wright bats second, the catcher. Brady Birchmeyer over at first base bats third. Gavin Gannon in the cleanup spot, the senior designated hitter. Zach Corky over in right field bats fifth. Batting sixth is Gunnar Antillion at short. Braden Curlis, the freshman second baseman, bats seventh. Carter Motice bats eighth over at left field. And Alex Laird bats ninth at third base. So it's a very young Falcons lineup. It starts with three sophomores, ends with three freshmen.
You know, and that, I think that goes to how well Coach Halleck has coached this team, the young guys. They have done a great job all season, and I expect them to continue that today.
And you talked a little bit about those keys to the game that you want to look for Bowling Green. What do you want to see out of this Ball State team for them to carry over their momentum?
So out of this Ball State team, the big player that I'd like to see is Dylan Grego. He has the highest batting average of eligible players, most hits, .604 slugging percentage. He's played in every single game, which has been very key. They have three guys that have done that, and I think that's the key for them, is being able to just use those guys.
And we should mention for Bowling Green on the bump is Jacob Turner. So it is Jacob Turner up against Keegan Johnson. So that'll be a very interesting one to watch. You mentioned for Bowling Green getting off to a hot start. There are a lot of young guys in this lineup that Ball State has never faced. We'll see if that's able to be an advantage for Bowling Green. That Ball State doesn't have too much in a lot of these guys lower in the lineup, which has been part of the reason the top half has done so well this season. Is most of these games, the bottom half has been able to get something going for Garrett Wright, for TJ Tackett's at the top.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I feel like some people skip over, is the fact that they've never seen some of these guys. Johnson has never faced them. It could affect it in huge ways.
We'll have to wait and see, but we'll have the national anthem upcoming here in a couple of moments, I should say. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have first pitch between Ball State and Bowling Green here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio.
BGSU baseball senior pitcher Connor Penrod notched his 9th save this season against Western Michigan on Saturday, April 12th. The save puts Penrod as the program leader in single-season saves with 9. That save also puts the Falcon pitching staff at 13 so far this season, which also happens to be the single-season team record. Penrod has been having a breakout season in 2025, eclipsing the combined number of saves in his first 3 years by 8. So far this season, Penrod has pitched 19 1/3 innings with a 0.93 earned run average, allowing 14 hits, 3 runs, 8 walks, and 27 strikeouts. This has been 60 Seconds in Falcon Athletic.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book, because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee, because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
BG Authors is a campus organization dedicated to highlighting authors connected to the university. BGSU has produced some amazing authors, including Beth Macy, James Baldwin, and Tim Conway, to name a few. Visit bgauthors.com and subscribe to the blog that regularly updates on new releases, classics, non-BGSU authors, and other features such as book versus movie. That's BG Authors at bgauthors.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, moments away from getting underway between Bowling Green and Ball State, start of a 3-game series here between these two top teams in the Mid-American Conference. Tyler Cavlitz alongside Noah Seeley from the Falcon Media Sports Network. And Noah, it's Jacob Turner on the mound for Bowling Green. Turner this season is a guy that was a closer last season, been converted to really a majority starting pitcher this year. A junior right-hander. He has a 6.16 ERA, 2-2 this season. This will be his 8th start, his 11th overall appearance this year. 38 innings pitched. He's struck out 32 and walked just 9. So a very good strikeout-to-walk ratio for him. Opponents batting .331 against him. Once again, the defensive positioning for Bowling Green. Garrett Wright behind the plate, so it's Wright and Turner for the battery. Brady Birchmeyer's at first, Braden Curlis at second, Gunnar Antillion at short, Alex Laird at third. Outfield left to right, Motice, Tackett, and Horkey. Gavganon serving as the designated hitter.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be interesting, Tyler, to see Laird back at third. It has been a while. He played the Purdue-Fort Wayne game, but before that it had been a while. I think it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with the hot corner today.
You know, he's a guy that I was thinking could have a breakout season this year, and he just has not really been able to capitalize on the opportunities to the degree that he would like to. He's been kind of that odd man out in the infield for playing time. Starting to get some more here with Sam Seidel not active, so we will see if he comes through and capitalizes on it. Leading off is Alex Richter. Jacob Turner working from the windup. His first pitch to Richter swung on and driven out fairly deep center field. Tackett's going back on the warning track at the wall, over his head into the batter's eye. A leadoff home run on the first pitch from Jacob Turner by Alex Richter.
And, you know, I think Turner was trying to get it started, though, first pitch strike, and it was just right in Richter's wheelhouse, and he just took that dead center.
Wasting absolutely no time is Ball State. 1 pitch, 1 run for the Cardinals. For Richter, who's just a .230 batter on the season, that is his 10th home run. He becomes the second Cardinal to move into double digits in the home run category.
Yeah, and I mean, if they keep that up, it's going to be a quick game.
Brings up Dylan Grego, guy that you were looking to watch closely. You mentioned your pregame. First pitch by Turner is off speed, down low for a ball. Turner in his last outing against Western Michigan took the loss, as this one's grounded to the right side. Fielded by Birchmeyer as he goes to a knee. He flips it to Turner, covering the bag for the first out of the game for Bowling Green.
You know, Birchmeyer did a great job sticking with that. Fumbled with it for a second. Got it right over to the pitcher for the out.
As I was saying, Turner took the loss against Western Michigan. Gave up 5 runs. 2 of them were earned. 5 innings pitched. Struck out 5. And walked just 1. But he allowed 3 doubles and threw 2 wild pitches across 98 total pitches. First pitch is off speed into Nick Hasofsky to begin that at bat. In there for a strike. So Turner working from ahead in the count. This one just a bit outside.
Turner looking to switch things up a little bit. I think he saw that first pitch fastball against Richter and decided it was time to change it up.
as Turner's next delivery off speed just misses off the outside corner. Next one ripped foul down the left field line by Hosofsky, and the count moves to 2-2. Umpires for today: Jay Myers behind home plate, Derek Whitfield is over at first, and Stephen Miller over at third. Turner's 2-2 pitch off speed misses inside, almost hit Hosofsky. He backs off the plate, and the count goes full. Hosofsky, a .310 batter this season, the senior first baseman. 7 home runs, 8 doubles for him. Big swing and a miss on the off speed. Jacob Turner with the strikeout on the full count, and there's 2 outs in the inning. All in all, Turner's recovered pretty well after that first pitch home run to begin the game by Richter.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a tough spot to be put in, especially right off the rip, getting hit like that. And I think he did a great job getting 2 back-to-back outs.
I actually interviewed Jacob Turner for the Connor Penrod feature that I put out today, and one of the things that was interesting that Turner noted as his first pitch is drilled foul by Garrett Arnold, the cleanup hitter for Ball State. One of the things that Turner noted is that something that he's taken away from Connor Penrod and learned from him is to stay calm in all situations out there on the mound. And he says that's something that Penrod has helped him with in all these situations. And I think you're seeing it a little bit here. He didn't really get rattled by that home run as much as some other guys might, and he started to settle in a little bit of a rhythm here as the off-speed just misses off the plate.
Yeah, and I think that speaks highly of the camaraderie of this team. I think that shines a very bright light on the pitching staff and how they all work together.
Yeah, and if you'd like to see that Connor Penrod feature, you can go over to bgfalconmedia.com to view it, as this one's dribbled to the left side, fielded at short, I should say, by Gunnar Antillion. Throws low, but a good pick by Brady Birchmeyer at first. And we go to the bottom of the first, but not before Ball State puts up a run on a leadoff home run by Richter on the first pitch he sees. Ball State up 1-0.
NHL star Matt Martin for American Humane.
I've had my fair share of bruises and injuries. But for many who put their lives on the line every day, it's not always the injuries you can see that hurt the most. Every single day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. When medications and therapy don't help, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane has created a free guide to help veterans obtain these life-saving animals. For help, please go to americanhumane.org.
Falcon men's golf heads to Purdue for the Boilermaker Intercollegiate on Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. Check out Falcon Media Sports Network's recap of the event by Sean Connolly on bgfalconmedia.com.
Ball State up 1-0 over Bowling Green after a leadoff home run by Alex Richter in the top of the first. But Jacob Turner recovered fairly well, got the next 3 outs. And we go to the bottom of the first. Bowling Green coming up to bat for the first time today. Once again, Bowling Green's batting order. TJ Tackett's leading things off. Garrett Wright in the 2-hole. Brady Birchmeyer bats third. Gavagan batting cleanup. Zach Corky bats 5th. Gunnar Antillion 6th. Braden Curlis 7th. Carter Motice 8th. And Alex Laird 9th. The defensive positioning for Ball State. Arnold behind the plate. Hosofsky over at first. Richter at second. Grego at short, Giovanetti at third, outfield left to right, Beavis, Bayless, and Jacobs. The starting pitcher for Ball State is Keegan Johnson, and you could argue that Keegan Johnson is the best pitcher in the Mid-American Conference. The sophomore left-hander, a .308 earned run average. He's 6-0 on the season. This will be his 10th start of the year. He has 50 strikeouts to just 24 walks in 49 2/3 innings pitched this year. Opponents batting a measly 192 against him.
Yeah, like we talked about in the pregame, this is going to be the matchup you want to see. Ball State's pitchers versus Bowling Green's batters. And it's really going to come down to who can strike first between the two pitching batting-wise.
TJ Tackett steps into the box, check swing on the first pitch from Johnson. It's dribbled down foul to the left side. Johnson, of course, the MAC Freshman Pitcher of the Year last season, earned first-team All-MAC honors in his first year with Ball State. His 0-1 pitch to Tackett's is up high with the fastball. Tackett's batting .272 this season, but he has a .432 on-base percentage. He's drawn 25 walks to just 19 strikeouts this season. Swinging and dribbling this one up the middle through the infield. TJ Tackett's begins Bowling Green's day with a leadoff single. Good start for the Falcons offense.
Yeah, and Tackett's leading us off with 3 sophomores back to back to back. Very nice to see that.
You know, it's interesting. I was going through Keegan Johnson's numbers before the broadcast, and he's faced Bowling Green one time in his career. Of course, the Falcons swept the season series over Ball State last year in the regular season. They had a 34-8 win in that series. Ball State ended up winning in the MAC tournament 10-5 to knock the Falcons out of the tournament in Avon, as the first pitch to Garrett Wright is up high with the fastball for a ball. But Johnson's only outing against Bowling Green last season came on March 16th. It was the 34-8 victory for Bowling Green. It was his only relief appearance of his collegiate career. As he comes set, delivers to Wright in there with the fastball for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. He went just a third of an inning in that outing, did not give up a hit or record a strikeout, gave up 4 earned runs with 3 walks and a hit by pitch, 22 total pitches. You could argue it was the worst outing of his collegiate career.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, for him, he's going to try not to repeat that today.
Garrett Wright swinging and fouling this one off at the plate as the count goes to 1-2. Now, of course, a very different BG team last year. You're missing a lot of those guys, those key guys from that season. You're also thinking he was just a freshman there, first time he's come out of the bullpen, so don't read into that too much, but it's very interesting that past history with Johnson and the Falcons.
Yeah, without a doubt, it would prove the other way from what this season has been.
The 1-2 pitch comes inside and hits Garrett Wright. Pretty sure we have that one on our bingo cards.
Yep.
That is a pretty common occurrence for Garrett Wright.
That's actually the free space. You don't get a free space. It's just Garrett Wright hit by pitch. That is the free spot.
His 19th hit by pitch this season as he continues to approach his own single-season program record. Also extending his program career record of hit by pitches, the pitch magnet himself, Garrett Wright.
It is just crazy to me that he's in his sophomore season and already leads in hit by pitches.
It is really insane. So runners on first and second now for Brady Birchmeyer. Fouls the first pitch off to the right side. Birchmeyer's been the power bat for Bowling Green this season. .315 batting average, a .565 slugging percentage. 8 home runs, 7 doubles, 41 runs batted in. One of the top RBI leaders in the Mid-American Conference. Second pitch he sees is down low with the off-speed forward ball. You talked about this Bowling Green offense. If they can get going early in the game, they're doing that so far against Keegan Johnson.
Yeah, they definitely are, and like we've said a couple times so far, it's the sophomore starting us off. It's exactly what you need.
The left-handed Johnson working from the stretch. Delivers to the plate. Birchmeyer grounds it over to the left side, and it went off of his foot in the box. Birchmeyer was, how you want to call that, kind of limping, jogging over to first. Hit him straight in the foot, but it hit him in the box. So he will continue the at-bat. The count's going to be 1-2.
Yeah, he definitely knew that that was going to be called. He was limping right off the rip.
You know, you don't see it called too much, but if you're hit by the ball, by a batted ball outside of the box, you are out. You rarely see that. Hit him in the box, so the at-bat continues. Johnson comes set, the 1-2 delivery. Off speed on the outside corner. Got Birchmeyer looking.
Tough spot for Birchmeyer. He doesn't completely love that type of pitch, and just caught him there.
Beautiful pitch by Johnson. And that's another thing you don't see often. It was Arnold behind the plate, not catching the ball. But umpire thought it was close enough and rung up Birchmeyer. You don't see that too often when the catcher drops the ball and it's still called a strike, but that one was painted beautifully by Johnson on the outside corner. So give him his first strikeout of the day and bring up Gavin Gannon, the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, Gannon getting pushed into this cleanup spot. Hopefully going to do a great job.
Yeah, and he's kind of been bounced around through the lineup because you're missing two of the top 4 guys in that batting order in DJ Newman and Sam Seidel.
Yeah, it's been a complete just bounce around every single spot for him.
First pitch to Gannon was in there for a strike. Johnson's next delivery swung on and fouled off to the right side. Stayed in play, but Hasofsky was not able to get to it from first base. Count goes to 0-2 on Gavin Gannon, who's been a big victim of the strikeout this season. 41 strikeouts for Gavin Gannon in 98 at-bats.
Which is common to see in a 4-batter, I would say. Strikeouts or hit the ball hard, in my opinion.
The 0-2 pitch from Johnson. Check swing by Gannon. Did he go? Appeal says he did not. At-bat will continue 1-2. Johnson beginning to take his time on the mound over these last couple of pitches. Pitch clock down to 5. Delivers to the plate. Fouled off once again by Gavin Gannon. Continues to stay alive at the plate. Counts 1-2 on him. There's one out here in the bottom of the first. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0. Falcons have runners on first and second. Garrett right over at first. TJ Tackett's on second.
Every single long at-bat will be helpful for the Falcons. The more and more pitches he throws, the earlier and earlier he'll be out.
Big swing and miss by Gavin Gannon. Went up the ladder for the high fastball. And he goes down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Keegan Johnson.
Johnson's starting to come together here after those first 2 at-bats.
It'll bring up Zach Horkey, the catcher who is over in the right field today. Another showing of at least 2 catchers in the batting order for Kyle Halleck. We've seen 3 catchers in numerous games this season. All 3 of them very athletic, able to play, of course, catcher and corner outfield spots.
I do really want to see that number of how many times it's only been 1 catcher in the lineup, because I bet you
Not
it's slim.
often. Not often.
Yeah.
First 2 pitches Horkey sees are balls. He begins the at-bat ahead 2-0. Horkey batting .296 this season. This is his 22nd game and 12th start of the season. 15 runs batted in for him this year. The 2-0 pitch, outside corner caught by Johnson. Count goes to 2-1.
I think it's great the way that Horkey has adapted, being able to play multiple positions, both corner, outfield spots, can play catcher. He's doing it all.
Able to find a way into that lineup for the Falcons. Johnson's recovered after starting the at-bat 2-0. He's thrown in back-to-back strikes, count even. 2 outs in the inning. Falcons runners on first and second. Johnson's 2-2 pitch to Zach Horkey. Down low for a ball. Nice stop by Arnold behind the plate. And the count goes full. So with 2 outs, right on first and Tackett's on second, will be off and running on the pitch.
Horkey trying to come up big here for the Falcons in the bottom of the first inning.
Keegan Johnson comes set. The left-hander leg kick delivers to the plate. Down low and outside for ball 4. Falcons load the bases with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Gunnar Antillion coming up to bat.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we had talked about pregame. Get on Johnson early. And they're doing it in different ways, too. They're not hitting the ball. We've had a hit by pitch. We've had a walk. Tackett's did get on via a hit. But 3 different ways to get on for the Falcons.
Gunnar Antillion, one of the bats that you'd love to see up here in this situation. First pitch swing, flies this out, right field. Chasing after is Jacobs towards the line, makes the catch, so the Falcons leave the bases loaded. In the bottom of the first, we head to the top of the second. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0 here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio.
BGSU softball second baseman Hannah Hunt has had a breakout season in 2025, carrying a 9-game hitting streak into the latter half of the season where she has doubled her batting average from 195 in 2024 to 375 in 2025. Hunt is 10th in the MAC in batting average and 5th with 49 hits and 10 doubles and 131 at-bats, and she's only gone hitless in 8 of her 42 games started. The Pataskala native has had 11 multi-hit games, including 4 hits and 2 RBIs in a doubleheader sweep over the Western Michigan Broncos as part of their 3rd hit streak of 8 games or more this season. Hunt is one of 3 hitters on the Falcons hitting over 300 and one of 6 with an OPS over 700. This has been 60 Seconds in Falcon Athletics.
Back here at Stellar Field. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0 as we head to the top of the second. Know what? Bowling Green had the bases loaded in the bottom of the first, unable to do anything. First pitch, Gunnar Antillion sees, flies out to right field. A major missed opportunity for Bowling Green that I think we're probably going to look back to at some point during this game.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Like we had said pregame, they needed to get on base. They needed to shake Johnson early, and they started to do that. And then you had back-to-back strikeouts with Birchmeyer and Gannon. And then Antillion swings at the first pitch. Nothing you can do about it.
It'll be 5-6-7 due up for Ball State. Blake Beavis, Ty Davis, and Ben Giovanetti. Jacob Turner gave up a leadoff home run on the first pitch of the game to Alex Richter, but recovered to set down 3 straight Cardinals in order in the top of the first. As Blake Beavis steps into the box, he's having an incredible season for the Cardinals. Fastball misses outside. First pitch by Jacob Turner. Beavis batting .299 with 10 doubles, 10 home runs, a .604 slugging percentage for him this season. The on-base percentage is a little low at .366, but he's got a lot of pop in that bat. As 2 straight balls to begin the at-bat by Jacob Turner.
Yeah, Beavis leads the Cardinals in home runs and tied for doubles. So he's doing his
tied
job.
for home runs now.
Oh, tied
with
for home
Richter.
runs now. Correct.
His 10th, as this one's chopped over to the left side. Gunnar Antillion, little jump catch, and what a dart across the diamond. A nice play by Gunnar Antillion at shortstop for the first out of the inning.
Looks like Gunnar's just having fun over there, and that's all you can ask in a baseball game.
You can definitely see that he has settled in over at shortstop. He was a little rocky fielding in the first half of the season, but he's gotten comfortable for Bowling Green, both in the field and in the box. Ty Davis into the box for Ball State, left-handed batter. One of 3 left-handed batters in the lineup for the Cardinals. Also the switch hitting Dylan Grego.
Switch hitting is always a funky thing to me.
Yeah, and you don't see too much of it at the college level. You see a lot more of it at the majors, but not a lot at the collegiate levels. I remember when I played baseball, I'd always try once in a while, swing from the left side. It just never.
No.
There was a kid on a few of my teams that did it, but like, it's so hard to be good from both sides. 2-0 pitch is swung on. Fairly deep left side. That's going to stay fair and go to the base of the wall. Rounding first and then heading into second is Ty Davis, and he's got a 1-out double. Carter Motice tried to chase it down, couldn't get to it before it just snuck into the base of the wall. Wind pushing it a little bit out there in left field. And it's a double for Davis, runner in scoring position for the Cardinals.
The third baseman, Ben Giovanetti.
Yeah, I mean, Motice went out there and he got it in quickly, but it wasn't a good relay. It got in there kind of shakily.
Yeah, and I don't think they really had a shot either way, so it didn't hurt too much. But Motice was playing a little farther to the right than normal, so really had no shot at that one. As this one's drilled center field, but a little shallow. In front of TJ Tackett, it settles, and it's going to be runners on first and third for Ball State on the single by Ben Giovanetti.
Yeah, and Turner just leaving that one right in his wheelhouse as well. Gets it right in front of Tackett's. Not really a spot where he can get to it.
64 degrees here today. Clouds starting to come in just a little bit here in Bowling Green. will get up to 65 during the game and then start going down from there. 10-mile-per-hour winds blowing out towards center field. We got wind gust up to about 14, 15 miles per hour. The feels like temperature just below 60 degrees currently.
I wonder how many times the wind has not been a factor in a game at Bowling Green State University.
Again, not often, as the first pitch is fouled to the back netting by Clay Jacobs. Jacobs, a senior right fielder. Another left-handed batter for Ball State, batting .265 this season. 8 doubles and 19 runs batted in for him this year. Jacobs showing bunt, pulls it back, pitch almost hit him in the feet. He had to spin out of the way of it, and the count goes to 1-1.
Not a bad spot to show bunt here, if I were the Cardinals. First and third. Early on is a little bit iffy, but
Jacobs has not been the hottest bat as of late, just 1 for 7 at the plate over his last 3 games. Fouls this one off to the left side, past the batting cages, behind the Bowling Green dugout, and the count goes to 1-2 with 1 out here in the top of the second. Runners on first and third for Ball State. They lead 1-0 over Bowling Green.
Turner just going to try and find his rhythm again after the 1-2-3 last inning after the home run.
The right-hander delivers to Jacobs, and he fouls it off to the left side once again. So the count will stay 1-2 as Jacobs putting up a fight at the plate.
Yeah, two straight over the left side. See if we can make it 3.
.394 on base percentage this season for Jacobs. Bottom 2 in this order for Ball State, Jacobs and Bayless. A lot of speed, 14 and 17 stolen bases respectively. But it's a swing and a miss by Clay Jacobs. On the high off speed, he won't get a chance to be on base this time. And it's the second out of the inning for Jacob Turner, his second strikeout of the game.
Yeah, and a much needed out there. Now you have 2 outs, guy on first and third, force outs at second and first. What we like to see.
Brings up Gavin Bayless, the 9-hole hitter for Ball State. As I mentioned, a ton of speed, 17 stolen bases this season. First pickoff attempt of the day over to first, but back in time is Ben Giovanetti. Bayless from Flushing, Michigan, the junior, 6'1", 161. Waits the first pitch from Turner, swinging, flies it, left center field. Going after it is TJ Tackett. He settles under it and makes the catch to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0 here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio.
All over America, people are taking the National Radon Test. Have you? Answer true or false. Radon is a radioactive gas. True.
I didn't know that, no.
True or false? The Office of the Surgeon General recommends that all homes be tested for radon. True, your home should be tested. True or false? Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer. True.
I'm gonna dial the number and call.
1-800-SOS-RADON.
Keep your family safe from radon. Call now.
1-800-SOS-RADON.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Back here at Stellar Field, Tyler Kavlitz alongside Noah Seeley from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0. Both teams in the past half innings have had opportunities to add on to that score. Both of them have failed, pitching coming up big for both squads so far here today.
Yeah, without a doubt. Johnson had a little bit of a shaky start with back-to-back runners on base, and then he got through it, got 3 outs. Coming up, we have 3 freshmen.
Yep.
So
for
that's
Bowling Green, 7, 8, 9. Braden Curlis, Carter Motice, and Alex Laird, as you mentioned. 3 freshmen in a row to round out the batting order for Bowling Green. 6 of the 9 hitters for the Falcons today in the starting lineup are underclassmen.
Like we've mentioned, it just shows how well this program is.
First pitch by Johnson to Curlis is a bit down and outside for a ball. Braden Curlis batting .250 this season, his 20th game and 15th start of the year. He solidified his spot in the infield for Bowling Green. Drills this right center field. It's going to settle in front of Jacobs in a right field for a leadoff single for Braden Curlis. Falcons have gotten the leadoff runner on base in both of the first 2 innings here today.
Yeah, both hits going to that right side, too. Curlis just doing a great job getting the bat there and just poking it right over the second baseman's head.
Brings up Carter Motice, who you want to talk about someone who has just exploded onto the scene for Bowling Green. His first game this season was on the road against Youngstown State. Had 2 doubles in that game as he shows bunt and bunts it foul. Curlis was off and running, thinking it may have gotten past Arnold, but it was a foul ball, so he'll go back to first. And Motice hasn't really slowed down since then, batting .278 in his first 5 collegiate games, with 3 runs batted in. As he shows bunt again, but it's going to be a pickoff attempt to first. Curlis had maybe a 2-step lead.
I think that was more of an idea of telling Motice, stop bunting.
Yeah. See if he shows again. Third baseman Giovanetti playing shallow as he shows again, but pulls it back on the high off speed. Count moves to 1-1. Giovanetti playing a few feet in that infield grass and charging whenever. Motice is showing bunt. Motice shows it again. And another pickoff attempt to first.
I think that can solidify that Johnson doesn't want him to bunt, without a doubt.
I'm not sure Motice is going to stop.
No, I don't think so, and that's
So
one of the things
we'll see
I love.
which gives out.
I love that about Halleck, is he always likes to create chaos, do something different.
Definitely a fan of the small ball, not afraid to use it. Motice shows bunt again, lays this one down, fielded by Giovanetti, and he almost overthrows first, does overthrow. Hasovsky came off the bag to snag it, and Motice reaches base on the bunt.
You know, Tyler, that was played out perfectly. He was definitely going for a sac bunt there, but got to first on an errant throw. That's what you like to see here.
Giovanetti had time to make that throw and just sailed it. It's going to be an error by him, so E5 for Motice to reach safely. And for the second inning in a row, it'll be runners on first and second with nobody out for Bowling Green, with Alex Laird up to bat. Laird, as I mentioned, has kind of struggled at times to get playing time this year as he bunts it straight to Johnson, catches it on the mound. They go to second and get a double play. Laird bunted that straight up to Johnson. He turned around and fired it to second, and they got Curlis leaning off the bag.
The baseball gods give and the baseball gods take. I think we got a little too greedy there on the first bunt attempt, and then that one just didn't go our way. Popped it straight up.
Top of the order, the center fielder, T.J. Tackett.
It'll send it to the top of the order, and T.J. Tackett's now just a runner on first, and Carter Motice with 2 outs. First pitch to Tackett's in there for a strike. Tackett's reached base safely his first time up to bat with a leadoff single for Bowling Green. Ended up reaching all the way to third base with the bases loaded, but was stranded there in the first. Another strike thrown in by the fastball. And the count goes to 0-2 on Tackett's.
Tackett's looking to do exactly what he did last time, just get this ball in play, get runners moving.
Johnson, deep breath, looks over to first, now delivers to the plate, off the plate, and the count goes to 1-2.
That was the right pitch there by Johnson. You're up in the count 0-2.
Throwaway pitch right there.
Yeah, without
See
a
if
doubt.
you can get Tackett's the chase. Tackett's good discipline, held up.
Yeah, that's one of the best things about our sophomores is they're very disciplined.
The 1-2 pitch by Johnson, check swing by Tackett's. No appeal, did not go far enough around. We do have an appeal now. And they say he did not go, so the count goes even to 2-2.
Definitely.
2 outs in the bottom of the second. Runner on first for Bowling Green and Carter Motice.
Definitely a close one there. It looked like he almost got that bat around.
He swings and misses at the 2-2 pitch. Off speed on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch by Keegan Johnson. He gets his third strikeout of the game. And we head to the top of the third. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0. We'll have the introduction of our trivia question when we come back right here on Falcon Radio.
Follow and engage with BG Falcon Media on social media. Find the handle at BG Falcon Media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all sorts of content, including news information, BGSU athletics coverage, and feature stories from across campus. Enjoy specialty content such as full episodes of the local music showcase, Live and Loud. The coverage continues with BG Falcon Media on all major social platforms.
Falcon softball begins a 3-game series against Central Michigan in Mount Pleasant on Friday, April 18th at 3 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Foster Rosti will have a recap of the game on bgfalconmedia.com.
Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0 as we head to the top of the third here at Stellar Field. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Noah Seeley from the Falcon Media Sports Network. And Noah, as I've been doing all season long, have the introduction of the trivia question here today. So leave it up to you to guess it along with our listeners at home. So the question today, again, you have until the top of the fifth to give me a final answer, but it is, what did Babe Ruth wear under his cap to cool himself down during games? He notoriously wore something under his cap to cool himself down when they were wearing those heavy and very warm wool jerseys back in the day. Was it either A, cabbage leaves, B, ice, C, a wet rag, or D, lettuce? A, cabbage leaves, B, ice, C, a wet rag, or D, lettuce? Any initial thoughts on that?
I want to get rid of cabbage leaves.
Okay, this one's grounded to first by Alex Richter, and Bowling Green sets him down for the first time today. Richter, the leadoff home run to get the game going, goes down on the 3-1 ground out to begin the third inning. So you want to eliminate cabbage leaves.
Yes. And I can't tell if lettuce is a ploy just because you needed extra spots or not. I feel like ice would be a little bit hard. So my initial thing is a wet rag.
A wet rag.
That's
okay.
my initial thought, but I'm not set 100%.
Yeah, you have until the top of the fifth. We'll revisit it then. Of course, we'll have on this day in baseball history in the top of the fourth and the bottom of the fourth, because it is a jam-packed day in baseball history today. It's an 0-1 count on Dylan Grego at the plate. Turner's next pitch, fastball right down Broadway for the second strike of the at-bat. Grego grounded out to first, his first time up.
Turner doing a good job getting ahead of the count this inning.
His 0-2 delivery, off speed, flown out to the left side, and just foul past the reach of Carter Motice, who is chasing it down all the way to the bullpens in the corners.
Yeah, and like you said last inning, he is playing a little bit farther right than I'd expect.
Just a little bit.
Nothing crazy, nothing like an insane shift, but
he's moved slightly left, I want to say.
I think he has,
it's about normal positioning. All the outfield playing fairly deep against this Ball State lineup. The infield is essentially at double play depth right now, especially the middle infield of Curlis and Antillion. The 0-2 pitch, this one grounded over to first, fielded by Brady Birchmeyer, and he steps on the bag for the second out of the inning. Quick 2 outs for Jacob Turner in the top of the third.
Birchmeyer being a defensive, just all-around great first baseman over there.
He's so underrated as a defender. I really do think. He is extremely athletic for his size over there at first.
I would say majority of people look at him as a hitter, and I think they do overlook that defensive ability.
I'd agree with you on that. Nick Kosofsky steps into the box. The 3-hole hitter, first baseman for Ball State. First pitch to him, grounded sharply towards the left side and past a diving Antillian at short. And it's a 2-out single for Nick Kosofsky to keep the inning alive for the Cardinals.
No harm, no foul there. Yes, it's a base runner, but you have 2 outs. Turner can work his way out of it, hopefully.
It'll bring up Garrett Arnold, the cleanup hitter. He grounded out to short his first time up today. Arnold from San Jose, California.
The catcher, Garrett Arnold.
He played at Newman University before coming over to Ball State. First pitch to him, fastball off the outside corner for a ball. He actually had relations to San Jose State. His dad, Eric, played golf there, and his mom, Nicole, played tennis there. And he somehow ended up in Ball State for baseball. It's always interesting to see how kids' journeys end up compared to their parents who were also collegiate athletes.
Yeah, because I know that Bowling Green has a few. Is Curlis's parents go here?
Yep.
If that's correct. And
they
I know
played athletics here as it's a 2-0 count on Arnold. Swinging and drilling it foul to the left side. The count will go to 2-1.
The other big one that I can think of is volleyball with Mia Tyler.
Yep, her dad went here. You see it quite often, actually. At basketball, you got Jackson Pardon. His dad, Brandon Pardon, one of the assist leaders in Bowling Green men's basketball history.
Especially at places like Bowling Green, San Jose State.
As it's chopped towards the Bowling Green dugout. And the count will go even to 2-2. 2 outs in the top of the third. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0. Lone base runner for the Cardinals is Nick Kosofsky on first. I have not seen a stolen base attempt so far here today. Ball State's got 3 guys in the lineup with double-digit stolen bases. Just foul tipped by Garrett Arnold. Threw the bat head at it and got a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive. It was a nice off-speed pitch that drifted out to the outside corner by Jacob Turner.
Yeah, that was a very nice pitch. Arnold got his bat out there and saved himself from going down 3 strikes.
Turner, the 2-2 delivery. Off speed, this one drilled to the left side, but foul. That one had home run distance. Just couldn't strain it out.
The Cardinals taking a lot of balls to the left side. A lot.
Yeah, that one right there was just a hanging off-speed pitch by Jacob Turner. Left it middle of the plate. Luckily for him, Garrett Arnold just got out in front of it. And it went foul by about 10 feet.
Yeah, that's one of those pitching nightmares, having a hanging off-speed.
The 2-2 pitch. Nope, it's going to be a pickoff attempt over to first. Back in time, diving safely, is Nick Kosofsky. Kosofsky, just 2 stolen bases on 2 attempts this season. Not too much of a stolen base threat on first. He stays put as the 2-2 pitch by Turner is popped up foul behind us. Garrett Arnold putting up a good fight at the plate, making Jacob Turner work.
Yeah, Arnold doing exactly what he's supposed to here.
Turner's pitch count approaching 40 pitches, right around that mark. The 2-2 pitch by Turner. Off speed, down and outside, and the count goes 4-3-2. Nick Kosofsky with 2 outs will be off and running on the pitch at first.
Birchmeyer is going to take a step back now since he knows he's going. Get ready for a possible ball his way.
The full count pitch by Turner. Off speed, chopped over to the left side. Alex Laird fields it at third, throws across the diamond to Brady Birchmeyer. And Ball State strands their 3rd runner of the game We head to the bottom of the third. Ball State leading Bowling Green 1-0 right here on Falcon Radio.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, and, of course, companionship. Now, let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive, and now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance so common with this group.
But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
BGSU Women's Golf competes in the MAC Championship in Muncie, Indiana on Saturday, April 20th through Tuesday, April 22nd. Falcon Media Sports Network's Artie Abrego will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Keegan Johnson still on the mound for Ball State. He'll work into his third inning as Bowling Green still looking for the first run on the board. They trail Ball State 1-0. It'll be 2-3-4 due up for Bowling Green in the order. Garrett Wright, Brady Birchmeyer, Gavin Gannon.
Yeah, and Tyler, this is going to be a huge inning, I think, for the Falcons. Going 2-3-4. I think they need to get something started right now. Try and get Johnson a little bit more rattled than he is.
Keegan Johnson has allowed just 2 hits here today. Cardinals have gotten 4 hits against Jacob Turner. Garrett Wright was hit by a pitch his first time at the plate today, which is no surprise to anybody who knows anything about BGSU baseball and Garrett Wright. First pitch to Wright is off the outside corner for a ball. Garrett Wright having a tremendous season. One of the best hitters in the Mid-American Conference this year, batting .416 with a .712 slugging percentage and a .521 on-base percentage. 10 doubles, 3 triples, 7 home runs, 30 runs batted in, and 15 walks to just 16 strikeouts to go along with 19 hit-by pitches.
Yeah, Wright's just doing everything for this team.
2-0 count on him. Fastball, left up high and outside. 3-0 the count on Garrett Wright.
And the hit-by pitches, the walks, they add up. They really do.
Brady Birchmeyer waits on deck. The 3-0 pitch by Keegan Johnson in there for a strike. Count moves to 3-1. Garrett Wright was take all the way on the 3-0 count.
Yeah, no surprise there that was going to be a strike. Garrett Wright wasn't going to swing.
Keegan Johnson's next delivery down low and outside for ball 4. A 5-pitch walk drawn by Garrett Wright. He reaches base safely for the second time in 2 tries, and that'll bring up Brady Birchmeyer.
Yeah, Wright reaching twice with not a single hit. Hit by pitch and a walk.
The first baseman, Brady Birchmeyer.
Really the only weakness for Keegan Johnson this season, starting to show a little bit here today, his second walk of the game. And that'll bring up Brady Birchmeyer. First pitch to Birchmeyer, off speed in the zone for a strike. Birchmeyer went down looking on an off-speed pitch that caught the outside corner that was actually dropped by Arnold behind the plate, but rung up Birchmeyer looking nonetheless. It was the first strikeout of the game for Keegan Johnson. He's up to 3 now today. Fastball down the middle for a strike to Birchmeyer. Down in the count 0-2 for the second straight at-bat.
Yeah, and like we mentioned during that first at-bat, it's not very normal to see a drop third strike be called. It's very, very irregular.
Keegan Johnson's 0-2 pitch to Birchmeyer. Off speed, just missed off the outside corner. Very close to what have been called strikes so far today.
Yeah, that definitely was painting that corner of where it's been.
Johnson's been great at painting that outside corner in this game so far. Johnson's payoff delivery is fouled to the right side by Brady Birchmeyer. Stays alive in the count at 1-2. Brady Birchmeyer, cleanup hitter most of this season, been moved up in the order due to injuries. The 1-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss by Birchmeyer. Foul tipped into the glove of Arnold, and Arnold hung on with it, and Birchmeyer's down on strikes for the second time today.
Both times Birchmeyer's been the first out of the inning that he's appeared in.
Give Keegan Johnson his 4th strikeout of the day.
Designated hitter, Gavin Gannon.
Johnson up to 54 strikeouts on the season. Gavin Gannon will come to the plate, also a strikeout victim, his first time up. Johnson a few looks over to first, and now a pickoff attempt. Garrett Wright back in time. Wright just 2 or 3 steps off the bag. He has 6 stolen bases on 7 attempts this year.
Wright is quietly fast. He's sneaky.
Another pickoff attempt. This one a sidearm throw by the left-handed Johnson. Back in time once again standing is Garrett Wright. Wright not taking an aggressive lead over at first. Actually, not that big of a lead at all. First pitch swing and drilled by Gavin Gannon, and he takes a long look at this one. Drilled deep into the trees, a 2-run home run for Gavin Gannon. Puts Bowling Green up 2-1.
Gannon knew that pitch was gone as soon as he saw it.
Gavin Gannon, a monster drive for a 2-run homer to left field. And like you said, he knew that one was long gone. Stood there and looked at it before dropping the bat and making his round around the bases.
Are we sure Babe Ruth didn't wear a headband? Because I think that was him that just swung the bat. That thing was crushed.
Gavin Gannon, his 5th home run of the season, and his 20 and 21st runs batted in. Bowling Green up 2-1. Zach Corky into the box. And for Keegan Johnson, he's been very good at avoiding extra base hits this season. Coming into the game, giving up just 13 extra base hits and 49 2/3 innings pitched. Just his 5th home run allowed of the season. 1-1 the count on Zach Corky. This one misses for a ball, and the count goes to 2-1. Still just 1 out in the inning for Bowling Green. Down low by Johnson, and the count goes to 3-1.
Like I had said at the start of the inning, I really thought the Falcons needed to score this inning, going 2-3-4, and they did exactly that.
Nostradamus Noah. Has this one chopped to the left side and fielded in fair territory by Giovanetti. Throws across the diamond for the 2nd out of the inning. Nice play by Giovanetti on the line behind third base to make the play.
Horky made it a close play. He got over there quickly.
He did. Made it competitive.
And that's all you can ask. I know growing up, that was the thing. You always run out to first. You run it out no matter what.
It's just the effort and hustle. First pitch to Gunnar Antillian, down low for a ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Arnold behind the plate. Antillian flew out to right field to end the 1st inning. His first time up. That was with the bases loaded. He saw just 1 pitch and swung at it for the out. He's seen double the amount in this at-bat, and the count's 1-1.
Yeah, Antillian looking to not be the 3rd out in another inning.
Antillian lines it down the third base line past the diving Giovanetti. Rounds first, and he'll go into second with a 2-out double. A liner right down the line by Gunnar Antillian. And the Falcons with another runner in scoring position with 2 outs in the inning, and Braden Curlis coming up to bat.
Antillian reaches 10 doubles on the season. Exactly what you want to see there. Gets one right down the line.
Not the biggest power guy, but he's shown power in the past couple of games. Had a home run and 2 doubles in the Purdue-Fort Wayne game. Picks up right where he left off. One of the hottest bats in the lineup for Bowling Green. First pitch to Braden Curlis, misses for a ball. And this is the most inconsistent that we have seen Keegan Johnson so far today.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's definitely shaken. I wouldn't say he's rattled, but he's shaken.
Yeah, I didn't want to use the term rattled. I don't think he's that just yet. As it's fouled at the plate by Braden Curlis. It's kind of crazy to think Keegan Johnson's still just a sophomore, and he can make the case he's the best pitcher in the Mid-American Conference.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And I think that could also be said about Garrett Wright catching-wise.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Definitely. Look back to second. Now the 1-1 pitch by Johnson. Swing and a miss by Curlis at the plate. Curlis singled his first time up before being out on a double play on the bunt straight towards Johnson. Looking to get on base for the second time in 2 opportunities. The 1-2 pitch by Johnson. Swing and a miss. Curlis goes down on strikes, but not before Bowling Green puts up 2 runs on a 2-run home run launched deep into the trees by Gavin Ganun. We head to the top of the 4th. We'll have some on this day in baseball history when we come back. Bowling Green leading Ball State 2-1 right here on Falcon Radio.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green leading Ball State 2-1 as we head to the top of the 4th on this day in baseball history. As always here in the top of the 4th, we'll actually have it in the top of this inning and the bottom of the inning because it is a history-loaded day today, April 17th, in baseball history. So for this first one, we're going all the way back to 1820. That is when Alexander Cartwright, who is considered by many to be the father of the national pastime, the game that we all love, is born in New York City. He is a pioneer banker who is given credit for establishing 3 strikes for an out and 3 outs for each half inning. He is eventually elected into the Hall of Fame in 1938 after a reveal of his journals reveals his many contributions in developing and promoting the sport of baseball. And then in 1869, a few decades later, the first professional baseball game ever is played when the Cincinnati Red Stockings defeat their rival, the Cincinnati Amateurs, 24-15. And finally, in 1904, finally into the 20th century here, the Brooklyn Superbas play their first Sunday game at home, beating the Boston Bean Eaters 9-0. And the fun one about this is to circumvent the Sunday Blue laws that were in effect. No admission is charged, but fans are required to buy scorecards to enter the grandstand and box seats.
You know what? I really like that last part because I think the scorecards play a huge role in why baseball was so prevalent back in the day. Whereas I don't think it's not prevalent now, but I think everyone wanted to go to a baseball game back in the day.
Yeah, it was really lived up to the name of the national pastime. It was the sport to go and see. 1-1 count on Blake Beavis. This one fouled over to the left side. Count goes to 1-2.
And not to mention the founder of baseball, basically, was born that day. I mean,
yeah, considered by many to be the guy that laid the groundwork for it all.
Imagine if he thought in his head, let's have it 4 strikes and 5 balls.
Could have a very different game.
Huge different game.
Yeah, as Turner misses outside, count 2-2. Turner has not walked a guy so far today. He's been good with his control. This one grounded sharply to third base and past the diving Alex Laird. A big turnaround first, but Beavis will stay there. It's a leadoff single for Blake Beavis.
Tyler, that's why it's called the hot corner over there. That came very quickly at Alex Laird.
Did indeed.
Made a diving effort, just couldn't get it done.
It'll bring up Ty Davis, the designated hitter, left-handed batter. Doubled his first time up before reaching third base in the second inning. Bowling Green leading Ball State 2-1 here in the top of the fourth at Stellar Field. Clouds have gone to pretty much overcast at this point. Wind appears to be picking up just a little bit by the flag behind the batter's eye out there in center field. First pitch down low for a ball by Jacob Turner.
I feel like I say this every time, but we could minor in meteorology, I swear, with how much we talk about.
As this one lines sharply to first. What a snag by Brady Birchmeyer, and he steps on first for the double play. A defensive gem by Birchmeyer at first.
Birchmeyer proving our point right of being a defensive weapon, and he's doing it right there. Catches that ball, came flying right at him. Got the guy out and stepped on the base for two.
The third baseman,
What a play by Brady Birchmeyer. That one absolutely drilled by Ty Davis, but right to Birchmeyer. Unfortunate for Ball State and fortunate for Bowling Green. First pitch that Ben Giovanetti sees. Lines into right field in front of Zach Workey. And Giovanetti reaches on a single for the second time today. They'll bring up Clay Jacobs with a runner on and 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, Giovanetti just doing his job there, poking another one out to right field.
The right fielder, Clay Jacobs.
But you talked about it, how Brady Birchmeyer has an underrated glove over there at first, and you saw it right there.
Yeah, without a doubt. He proved us correctly.
Jacobs, another left-handed batter in the lineup for Ball State. First pitch to him is off speed right down the middle by Turner for a strike. Jacobs was a victim of the strikeout. His first time up, went down swinging in the second inning. Turner with 2 strikeouts today. This one grounded over to first, and who else but Brady Birchmeyer to field it and step on first. Birchmeyer gets the put out for all 3 outs in the top of the fourth, and we will head to the bottom of the fourth with Bowling Green leading 2-1, but we're actually going to stay here because of the On This Day in Baseball History. We just have so much from this day in baseball history. We'll stay right with you and tell you a little more. So picking up, where we left off, Noah, we are now still in the 20th century, but we're progressing through the 1929 On This Day in Baseball History. A guy by the name of Babe Ruth, the New York Yankees slugger, he married actress and model Claire Merritt Hodgson, and the ceremony was held at 5 o'clock in the morning on opening day to avoid crowds.
I mean, I picture nothing else out of Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the epitome of him. That's exactly what he is.
Yep. And then 1953, another Yankees fact here. New York Yankees outfielder Mickey Mantle cleared the bleachers at Griffith Stadium with a majestic 565-foot home run. I know Gavin Nuns was crushed. I don't think it was crushed that much. It was off of Chuck Stobbs. It was in the 5th inning of a Yankees 7-3 victory over the Washington Senators, and it is believed to be the longest home run in Griffith Stadium history. Then in 1955, at Forbes Field, a 20-year-old for the Pittsburgh Pirates by the name of Roberto Clemente, the rookie, made his major league debut playing both games of a doubleheader, and it was against the Brooklyn Dodgers, the team that first signed him, but actually they left him unprotected in the 1954 Rule 5 draft. So the Pittsburgh Pirates were able to snag him, and in his first at-bat, the future Hall of Famer got his first hit of his 3,000 career hits, as the Bucks were swept by the Senators in both games. And then in 2001, Barry Bonds became the 17th major leaguer and the 4th Giant to join the 500 home run club, as this one is lined into left field, and diving and making the catch is Beavis. retires Carter Mo Tyson, steals a single away from him. And to finish it up in 2010, Ubaldo Jimenez pitched the first no-hitter in Colorado Rockies history as the Rockies beat the Atlanta Braves 4-0 at Turner Field. You don't see many outings like that by Colorado pitchers because of where they play.
That was a lot, Tyler.
Yeah, a jam-packed on this day in baseball history.
All of it was very, cool information. I think the funniest one to me is the Babe Ruth one, honestly. It sounds just like something he would do.
It really does, as it's a 2-0 count on Alex Laird. It's fitting, though, isn't it, for a legend of the game that is just, it's Babe Ruth. He's transcended past the game into culture.
Yeah, it's fully the game. He evolves around the game. And it's just insane.
We talk about some of the people. It's almost like a Caitlin Clark who brings the popularity of the WNBA, Wayne Gretzky who brings the popularity of the NHL. That was Babe Ruth for baseball.
Yeah, without a doubt. I couldn't agree more, actually.
The count now 3-1 on Alex Laird, and fitting that our trivia question does revolve around Babe Ruth.
It does indeed. Today's a Babe Ruth remembrance.
And I'm not forgetting about that. You'll still have to answer that top of the fifth.
I'll be ready. Don't worry.
See if you go 1 for 1 or 0 for 2 in these trivia questions. Check swing by Laird. Did not go around. It's a 5-pitch walk drawn by him. And the Falcons have a base runner with 1 out as we go to the top of the order in TJ Tackett's.
I'm going to add a fifth choice to the guesses, and I'm going to put headband. Just
okay.
Just for
honorary right there.
I'm not going to choose it, but I want it to be there.
Top of the order.
Orange Ninja headband of Gavin Gannon.
Well,
it's the third walk allowed by Keegan Johnson today.
I couldn't imagine Babe Ruth wearing a ninja headband.
Someone has to Photoshop that now. As this one fouled off at the plate by TJ Tackett's. That feels like something Nick Windholtz would love doing.
Oh, Nick Windholtz would
Our
love
own
that.
Nick Windholtz from Falcon Media Sports Network loves to make all those cool graphics. You can check it out over on his Instagram page. I believe it's NWindy with the I as a 1. Plug him. He does great work over there.
Fantastic work.
Check swing by Tackett's. Thought about going around, held up, but it's in there for a strike, and he's down the count 0-2. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. Keegan Johnson filling the stat box. 5 strikeouts and 3 walks so far today. This off-speed drifts outside, and the count goes to 1-2 with 1 out. Runner on first for Bowling Green is Alex Laird. His first time reaching base today. Johnson takes a look at first. Now delivers to the plate. Swing and a miss by Tackett's. Down on strike swing for the second time today. Give Keegan Johnson 6 strikeouts against the Falcons.
Yeah, Johnson doing what he normally does, getting the strikeouts. Correct me if I'm wrong. We checked before the broadcast. What's his strikeout per 9 innings?
He's just over 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. Is Keegan Johnson.
And he's at 6 right now in today's match. In today's game.
9 games this season with at least 6 strikeouts as Laird is off and running on the pitch. It's a ball and Laird's safe. Almost fell off the bag sliding in. Able to keep a foot on the bag. His right foot is the rest of his body. Carried over with the momentum. But for Alex Laird, that'll be his 3rd stolen base on 3 attempts. He stays perfect on the base paths. And now a runner in scoring position for Bowling Green with 2 outs.
Yeah, and he got right around that tag, worked around that backside of the bag, got his foot on there.
But as I was saying with Keegan Johnson, 9 outings this season with at least 6 strikeouts, including the past 3 appearances in a row for him. He's seen double-digit strikeouts 3 times this season. 10 strikeouts against Central Michigan. Actually, apologize. I was looking at his last year's number. So that's what he did in his MAC Freshman of the Year campaign. This season, he still had 4 outings with at least 6 strikeouts. So this is his 5th. Double-digit strikeouts just 1 time this year so far. That was on earlier in the month on April 4th against Eastern Michigan.
I think it's honestly more impressive that we were talking about last year's stats.
Yeah, as a freshman he did that. It's a 3-0 count, and now it's a 4-pitch walk to Garrett Wright. Johnson almost seeming to pitch around Garrett Wright there with the runner in scoring position. Maybe to get to Brady Birchmeyer, who he struck out 2 times today. It's the 4th walk of the outing by Keegan Johnson. And Garrett Wright has reached safely in all 3 plate appearances today.
2 of them being walks out of the 4 for Johnson.
There's a reason Garrett Wright's on-base percentage is as high as it is.
Yes, it
as
is.
We're going to have a mound visit here for Ball State. The Falcons have gone to Keegan Johnson. They've made him work. That pitch count for Johnson up to 71. But he's no worry about high pitch counts. There was one game against Xavier that he went 5 innings, does not have a pitch count recorded. Other than that, he's gone 90-plus pitches in all but 1 of his appearances this season. Pitch counts this year for Keegan Johnson as a lengthy mound visit here. Home plate umpire Jay Myers is out there. And the mound visit's still going. That is one of the longer ones I've seen this season. Pitch counts this season for Keegan Johnson, 80, 92, 96, 105, 108, 101, 109, 95.
A lot of 3-digit numbers in there, Tyler.
He is someone that will go deep into games.
Yeah, we both knew that nothing was going to change during that outing. He's going to stay out there. They do have people going over to the bullpen.
They do have some bodies getting up there, getting loose. Pickoff attempt here to second. Back safely is Alex Laird. Two outs in the inning. Bowling Green with runners on first and second. Wright on first, Laird on second. Brady Birchmeyer up to bat. Falcons leading the Cardinals 2-1. This one down and inside. Arnold couldn't find it as it drifted to his left. And both runners going to advance a base. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Garrett Wright goes to second. Alex Laird goes to third.
Yeah, and runners just moving there, getting it done, moving around.
Chance for Brady Birchmeyer to continue the momentum for Bowling Green. He's had a rough game so far, strikeout looking, strikeout swinging. Count 1-0 on him after that wild pitch. The next delivery by Keegan Johnson, off speed up and outside.
I'm a little shocked Johnson isn't going straight at Birchmeyer.
He definitely doesn't seem the freshest out there on the mound. I wouldn't say he's laboring just yet, but he's taking his time. Pitch count down to 5 before he comes set. Down to 1, he delivers to the plate. Swinging and fouling it at the plate is Brady Birchmeyer. A big hack by Birchmeyer.
Was just about to say that. That
Moves
looked like he was trying to move it.
He was trying to send that one to Jupiter. Count goes to 2-1.
Both Wright and Laird in scoring position for Birchmeyer.
The 2-1 pitch by Keegan Johnson. Fastball misses outside. Count goes to 3-1. And a good crowd in attendance here today at Stellar Field. Michelle Gardner, the head coach of the softball team, along with a few members of the BGSU softball team in attendance. Always good to see the other teams supporting each other as this fastball misses outside. And it's a 5-pitch walk to Brady Birchmeyer. Bases are loaded for Bowling Green for the second time today with Gavin Gannon up to bat.
And if I was Johnson, I'd be scared to know that Gavin Gannon's coming back up to the plate with bases loaded this time, not just 2 runners on, or not just 1 runner on and himself.
And 5th walk of the game by Keegan Johnson, tied for the second most in a game this season for him. Had 5 against Toledo on March 14th, 6 against North Florida on February 28th. Gannon launched a majestic 2-run home run Last time up, deep into the trees in left field. First pitch he sees is a fastball outside for a ball. Bases loaded for him with 2 outs in the inning. Brady Birchmeyer on first, Garrett Wright on second, Alex Laird on third. Bowling Green leads 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-0 delivery by Keegan Johnson, swung on, drilled right center field, and that's going to go to the wall. Run scores. Here comes a second, rounding third, and they're going to send Birchmeyer. He trips up, and he's going to have to stay at third. But it's a 2 RBI double for Gavin Gannon. As the ball gets loose to the backstop, Gannon was trying to advance to third. Birchmeyer still staying put on the bag. Either way, a 4-1 lead for Bowling Green in the bottom of the 4th.
A lot happened there, Tyler.
A lot did. It was drilled to right center field by Gavin Gannon, went to the wall. So you can give him a 2 RBI double, up to 4 RBIs on the game. Scoring from third was Laird, scoring from second was Wright, and they were trying to send Birchmeyer around home, and he tripped up going into the bag at third and stayed put there. There was an errant throw in to home plate that went to the backstop. Gavin Gannon went halfway down to third before realizing that Birchmeyer was still on the bag and had to retreat back to second.
The thing is, I think Birchmeyer had it home.
I do as well.
And the second time. And I think Gannon was just excited. He wanted to get the third. He really
the
wanted
adrenaline
it.
was pumping for Gavin Gannon, as we're going to have Arnold coming out to the mound to talk with Keegan Johnson, who I think has finally gotten a little rattled out there on the mound.
I think it's safe to say we can say it now. He is a little rattled, without a doubt. Home plate umpire is going to go out there, talk to him, make sure they finish it off.
There is an arm up in the Ball State bullpen. As another lengthy meeting out there on the mound. I believe that is Owen Quinn, the junior right-hander, up for Ball State. As we are going to have a pitching change for Ball State now. That was just a stalling tactic. As it will be Owen Quinn coming into the game when we come back for Ball State. Bowling Green leading the Cardinals 4-1 here at the bottom of the 4th on Falcon Radio.
Titans go!
When the Teen Titans go to the movies, they know the best way to travel is safely.
Hollywood, here we come!
And you know it's super.
To keep your child safe, be sure to use the right car seat for their age and size.
Exactly.
We're finally on the big screen.
Have a seat, my dude.
For more information on finding the right seat, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Gotcha. That's a wise move.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Falcons women's tennis battles the Western Michigan Broncos on Friday, April 18th at 1 p.m. Check out the recap by Falcon Media Sports Network's Carter Leonard on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Keegan Johnson, Ball State's ace, knocked out of the game after just 3 2/3 innings pitched. His 2 outings against Bowling Green in his career have now stretched just 4 combined innings. And at this point, he's given up a combined 8 earned runs in those 4 innings against the Falcons. He still has 2 runners on base that he is responsible for. As the new pitcher for the Cardinals is going to be Owen Quinn, so we cannot close that line on Johnson just yet. We'll give it to you when it is final. But Owen Quinn is a junior right-handed pitcher, 6'4", 205, from Indianapolis, Indiana. Quinn this season is 2-1. This will be his 15th appearance, all out of the bullpen, a 2 ERA. He has a save to his name, 44 strikeouts to just 10 walks in 36 innings out of the bullpen. He's given up just 5 extra base hits, actually 6, pardon me. 6 extra base hits, 3 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. Opponents batting only .200 against him. In 46 career appearances, 45 out of the bullpen, opponents bat just .236 against Owen Quinn in his 3 years with the Cardinals.
Yeah, Tyler, we get to see the Cardinal bullpen a little bit sooner than we expected.
Zach Corky at the plate, first pitch to him in there for a strike. Gavin on second, Brady Birchmeyer on third. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, Bowling Green leading 4-1.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how the Cardinals play this, seeing as they probably thought Johnson was going to go a little longer.
Yeah.
I think everyone did.
This one grounded to short by Horky and fielded cleanly by Grego. Throws to Hasovsky at first for the final out of the inning, but Bowling Green adds 2 more. They lead 4-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. We'll take a quick break, come back with the answer of our trivia question that we posed back in the top of the 3rd right here on Falcon Radio.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future in a world that's changing fast. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do it all with confidence, kindness, and strength. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. Inspire kids to do at 4h.org.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green leading Ball State 4-1. We have reached the top of the 5th, and it's time to reveal the answer for the trivia question that I posed to you, Noah Seeley, back in the top of the 3rd. So, time for your final guess. The question was, what did Babe Ruth wear under his cap to cool himself down during games? Your options were A, cabbage leaves, B, ice, C, a wet rag, or D, lettuce. I believe you had rolled out cabbage leaves and lettuce back in the 3rd inning. Has that changed, and do you have a final answer?
I think I am 100% not in on cabbage.
Okay.
I don't think I like ice.
Okay.
I think I'm stuck between lettuce and a wet rag.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to go wet rag.
You're going to go a wet rag. That is incorrect. I'm going to give you another chance here. It won't count as correct if you get it, but a little bit of redemption. So you're down to cabbage leaves, ice, or lettuce.
See, this what's gonna hurt me is it's probably gonna end up being cabbage leaves, and I'm gonna look a little stupid here, but I'll go lettuce.
You said it, not me. It is cabbage leaves. That Babe Ruth infamously wore cabbage leaves under his cap to cool himself down during games, wearing those heavy and very warm wool uniforms back in the day.
So Tyler, you're telling me,
yeah,
in my freshman year of baseball, if I had a cabbage underneath my helmet, I would have hit.
I mean, I'm not saying you would have been Babe Ruth, but you could have always tried.
Could have tried it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's too late now.
Maybe you start hitting 500-foot bombs put on the cabbage leaf.
You know who doesn't need a cabbage leaf?
Gavin Gannon.
Gavin Gannon does not need a cabbage leaf.
Needs a ninja headband. It's a 2-0 count on Gavin Bayless. Finally a strike thrown in there by Jacob Turner. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Count goes even to 2-2.
Bayless was the 3rd out in the 2nd inning. It's going to be a second at-bat here. Tyler, if you told me before the game that Jacob Turner would be in longer than Keegan Johnson, I'd be a little bit shocked.
Yeah. This one drilled out towards center field. Tackett moves back and settles under it. Catches it for the first out of the inning. So Bayless has flown out to T.J. Tackett in both his at-bats today. We go to the top of the order. And Alex Richter. Richter began this game with a bang. A leadoff home run on the first pitch he saw of the game from Jacob Turner. He then grounded out to first, his 2nd time up. This off-speed spiked in the dirt by Turner. Count begins 1-0. We can close the line on Keegan Johnson. currently in line for the loss, would be his first loss of the season if everything holds the way it is. He goes 3 2/3 innings pitched as a fastball thrown in for a strike by Jacob Turner. Count goes even to 1-1. Goes 3 2/3 does Keegan Johnson. Gives up 5 hits and 4 runs, all of which are earned. 5 walks and 6 strikeouts for Johnson. Throws just 78 pitches, the fewest in any outing this season by the reigning MAC Freshman Pitcher of the Year and All-MAC first-team selection.
Johnson's given up 8 runs total against the Falcons in his 2, and it's been 4 each time.
Yep. 4 combined innings pitched in the 2 career appearances against Bowling Green. 1 start, 1 relief appearance.
I don't want to say that we're Johnson's kryptonite, but I think we're the closest thing to it.
He doesn't have fond memories of facing Bowling Green up to this point in his career. We can say that much. It's a 3-1 count on Richter. Turner's next pitch, fastball, sails up and outside. Turner not happy with himself as he walks around the mound after allowing his first walk of the game.
Very impressive by Turner to have that be the first walk of the game. I think he stayed very composed since that leadoff home run.
His control has been excellent since moving as a starter this season. That's just his 10th walk of the season in now 42 innings pitched this year. Bunt shown here by Grego. Pulls it back. It's in there for a strike. You do a little math right now. Jacob Turner's walks per 9 innings, sitting at just 2.1. A very solid mark for the junior right-hander.
Very solid.
No bunt shown here. This one drilled out deep right field. Going back to the warning track and making the catch is Zach Horkey. Has a nice throw into second by Horkey. Holds up Richter at first. That one was given a ride, just hit way too high by Grego. Horkey able to settle under it and keep Richter over there at first.
Yeah, Tyler, I got nervous at first. That ball looked like it was going. Horkey settled right underneath it and made a laser of a throw in the second. Kept Richter at first.
You know, that's the advantages. If your catchers can play the corner outfield positions, one thing they have is a strong arm, as it's a close pickoff attempt over to first, but back in safely is Alex Richter.
Yeah, having the catchers in the corners, I mean, you have the Bermuda Triangle of arms.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Another pickoff attempt. As Turner still below 70 total pitches. His pitch count still very well here. First pitch to Nick Hasofsky, drilled to shortstop past a diving Gunnar Antillion. Was so close to snagging that one just out of his reach. And it's going to be a 2-out single for Hasofsky. Runners on first and second for Garrett Arnold with 2 outs in the inning.
I think we need to check Gunner's glove because I think there might be a hole in it. It looked like he caught that, genuinely.
Garrett Arnold 0 for 2 on the day. He's grounded out to short and third.
The catcher, Garrett Arnold.
Cleanup hitter for Ball State. As Kyle Halleck going to come out for a mound visit. Don't see any arm actively throwing in the bullpen. I believe there is an arm walking out there. Owen Poole walking out to the bullpen. He'll start getting up and loose for the Falcons. We'll see how long of a leash Kyle Halleck has with Jacob Turner here. And this may be a little gamesmanship by Kyle Halleck here. He saw how long those Ball State mound visits were, and I think he's going to go just as long as they did.
You know, and I think we didn't talk about this at the top of the broadcast, but I think there is a little bit of a head-to-head here with us winning the 3 games last season series and then them beating us.
It could very well become a little bit of a rivalry if things continue the way they are. Bowling Green sweeping the season series over Ball State last year, then Ball State knocking out Bowling Green in the MAC tournament. You had the Falcons put up 34 runs in a game against the Cardinals last year. It's turning into a little fun set of games this season. A lot at stake for these two teams as well, as they're both still in the hunt for a MAC regular season championship. Jacob Turner still going to be left out there. First pitch to Garrett Arnold. Fastball right down the middle for a strike.
And, Turner didn't miss a step there. Came right in, had a great pitch.
Turner's had a very solid outing so far. Given up 7 hits, but allowed just 1 run in 4 2/3 innings pitch. This one lined up the middle. It'll go to the outfield, rounding third. And coming home is Richter. And Bowling Green's lead down to 2, 4-2. RBI single for Garrett Arnold. Nick Kosofsky advances 90 feet to second base.
Yeah, and Turner looked to just kind of put that one right in there. And Arnold just took advantage of it, got it right up the middle.
Owen Poole starting to get loose in the Bowling Green bullpen. With Jackson Brown, the freshman catcher, the bullpen catcher for the Falcons. Brings up Blake Beavis. First pitch to him, lined up the middle weakly and fielded on the shift by the second baseman Curlis. Steps on the bag to beat Arnold there. And that'll end the inning. But Ball State puts another run on the board. Bowling Green's lead down to 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th right here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio.
Freshman pitcher Morgan Beckham threw 7 2/3 scoreless innings en route to a series win for BGSU softball over Western Michigan, earning herself this week's Falcon Media Sports Network Athlete of the Week. Beckham started Game 2 of the series against the Broncos, throwing 5 scoreless innings that earned her a complete game thanks to an 8-0 Mercy Rule victory in Game 1 on Saturday. The Middlesburg, Florida native went on to throw 2 more scoreless innings in relief in Game 3 of the series, earning herself this week's MAC Pitcher of the Week award as well. This has been Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week.
Back here at Stellar Field, Owen Quinn still on the mound for the Cardinals as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bowling Green leading 4-2 over Ball State. And looking to carry over the momentum, they've scored all 4 of their runs in the past 2 innings, the 3rd and 4th frames.
Yeah, and they scored those runs off of Johnson. They haven't seen a lot from Owen Quinn, so it's going to be different for all the batters trying to figure out, what's the difference between Johnson, difference between Quinn.
Owen Quinn last pitched on April 11th against Northern Illinois. So it's been about a week since he pitched. Went 4 1/3 in that outing. Got the win through 69 pitches. Gave up 3 hits and just a run, 3 walks and a strikeout. So he's a guy that can give you long relief. Makes sense for Ball State to bring him in here in a long relief situation. It'll be Gunnar Antillion leading things off for Bowling Green. Looks at a first pitch off speed in there for a strike. Quinn faced Bowling Green last season on March 15th. Went an inning and a third, gave up a hit, did not allow a run, walked a batter through 11 pitches. This one also in for a strike as the count's 0-2 on Gunnar Antillion. He gave up a run in 2/3 of an inning pitched against Bowling Green back in his freshman year in 2023. This one lined into right center field and gets past a diving Jacobs in right. Rounding first and going to second is Gunnar Antillion. What a stretch of games for Gunnar Antillion as he continues to be red hot at the plate for Bowling Green.
And you know, Tyler, that was the one disadvantage of diving for that ball there in right field, is it got Antillion to second. He wouldn't have made it to second if he kept that in front of him. And hindsight's 20/20, obviously, but
yeah,
you never know how it could affect the rest of the game. One extra base.
It was a heck of an effort by Jacobs in
Yes,
right
it
field,
was.
just unable to get it. Brings up Braden Curlis. And you look at Gunnar Antillion now as the first pitch to Curlis down in the dirt, gets past Arnold. Antillion going to advance to third on the wild pitch.
Antillion just keeping his head up, keeping his head on a swivel, and gets on over to third.
So I was saying with Antillion, over the past 2 games, he is now 6 for 9 at the plate with 4 doubles and a home run.
That's quite a stretch, Tyler.
What a pair of games for Gunnar Antillion. 1-0 count on Braden Curlis. Chops this one foul down the third base line. Count moves to 1-1 on the freshman.
Wouldn't be surprised here, Tyler, if Halleck goes bunt. Never know, but would not be surprised.
Be interesting with nobody out. We'll see. No bunt shown. Is this one foul to the back by Curlis? Curlis 1 for 2 on the day, a single and a strikeout. Down the count now, 1-2. Bowling Green leads Ball State 4-2. As we're in the bottom of the 5th. Next pitch to Curlis. Throws the bat head at it. Flies it out into left center field. Moving over to make the catch is the center fielder, Bayless. And coming home to score on the sac fly is Gunnar Antillion from third. Bowling Green's lead goes to 5-2. Give the RBI to Braden Curlis.
Curlis knew exactly what he was doing there. He knew that he just needed to put the bat on the ball, get it into the outfield.
Yep.
And Antillion was going to score. And that's exactly what happened.
Perfectly executed by Curlis right there as it brings up Carter Motice, the second of 3 straight freshmen in the 7-8-9 holes for Bowling Green. First pitch is up and outside with the fastball, 4-ball. Motice has reached safely on an air and lined out to left field. It was a diving catch by Beavis last time up for Motice that robbed him of a single, possibly more if it had gotten past him. This one chopped over to first, bobbled by Hasofsky, and Hasofsky barely beats Motice to the bag. Was looking to flip it, bobbled it, couldn't flip it, just stepped on the bag right before Motice reached it. And Motice goes down for the second straight at bat. 2 outs in the inning, brings up Alex Laird, bottom of the order for Bowling Green.
Yeah, Tyler, looked like a lot of just miscommunication there between first baseman and the pitcher. I mean, it worked out, but it was close. Motice made it very close again.
First pitch in the dirt and goes to the backstop. Nobody on base. No harm done other than a ball to begin the at-bat to Alex Laird. And a kind of not the cleanest fielding day by Ball State here today, who has been the best defensive team in the Mid-American Conference this season. A .986 team fielding percentage for Ball State coming into today's game.
Very good fielding team, Tyler. Very good.
The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Laird. Way ahead of the off-speed, and the count goes to 1-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed at virtually the same pitch. Alex Laird goes down on strikes, and that'll end the inning. We head to the top of the 6th. Bowling Green leading Ball State 5-2 right here on Falcon Radio.
BG Authors is a campus organization dedicated to highlighting authors connected to the university. BGSU has produced some amazing authors, including Beth Macy, James Baldwin, and Tim Conway, to name a few. Visit bgauthors.com and subscribe to the blog that regularly updates on new releases, classics, non-BGSU authors, and other features such as book versus movie. That's BG Authors at bgauthors.com.
BG Women's Track heads to Charlottesville, Virginia for the Virginia Challenge on Friday, April 18th and Saturday, April 19th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Kevin Hutchinson will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Bowling Green leading Ball State 5-2 as we go to the 6th inning. Still on the mound for the Falcons is Jacob Turner. He'll work into the 6th inning. We'll see how long Halleck leaves him out there. Owen Pohl still up in the bullpen for Bowling Green. Pitch count for Jacob Turner at 67. Turner this season has thrown 98 pitches. That's his high. And that was last outing on April 11th against Western Michigan. He's gone 90-plus 2 times this season.
Leading off the top of the 6th for
I wouldn't rule 90 out of the question today, but it's not looking likely.
Yeah, 3 more pitches will be 70 pitches thrown for the 6th time this season for Jacob Turner. As he'll face Ty Davis, Ben Giovanetti, and Clay Jacobs, 6, 7, 8 in the order for Ball State. First pitch to Davis in there for a strike. This one grounded over to first. Brady Birchmeyer bobbles it, flips it over to Jacob Turner covering. What a play by Birchmeyer. And Brady's still down on his knees. You wonder where that ball could have hit him. And Birchmeyer's still down in some pain as Kyle Halleck will come out to check on him with the trainer. We'll step away for a second right here on Falcon Radio.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Hi, I'm Christine Erdman with the BGSU women's soccer team. My Falcon 4 favorite Halloween movies are Halloween Town because I grew up with my sisters watching it, Charlie Brown Halloween because I watched it with my family growing up, Hocus Pocus just because it's enjoyable, and Halloween because it's scary.
Falcon baseball heads to the state up north for a non-conference battle against Michigan on Tuesday, April 22nd. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Noah Seeley will have the call beginning at 3:45 for pregame and 4 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM.
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconmedia.com. After a few minutes, Brady Birchmeyer shakes it off and he's ready to go over there at first, so we'll get back underway. Was down for a couple of minutes there after getting hit somewhere by the ball that he bobbled but then flipped on the backhand to Jacob Turner covering the bag for the first out of the inning. Brings up Ben Giovanetti, and it's hit straight towards Birchmeyer. Diving stop, and another flip to Turner. Brady Birchmeyer, a highlight reel defensive gem at first base. What else can you say about him?
Not much, Tyler. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do over there. And what else would happen after he gets injured? Send one right back at him, dives down, and gets the out.
What a play by Brady Birchmeyer.
The right fielder, Clay Jacobs.
Brings up Clay Jacobs, the 8-hole hitter for Ball State. Fastball just misses down low by Turner. Turner now up to 70 pitches. Hasn't thrown much this inning, though. He's been very efficient here in the 6th. Not so efficient in this at-bat so far. Starts Clay Jacobs 2-0.
A much-needed efficient inning from Turner, too, if you would like to stay in long-term.
As this one chopped just foul. Looks like they had a chance to spin out in front of home plate. Spun the other way, went foul just to the left of Garrett, right behind the plate. And the count's 2-1 on Clay Jacobs. Jacobs 0 for 2 on the day. He is struck out swinging and grounded out to Birchmeyer. Birchmeyer's had a lot of action over there at first.
It's got to be close to double digits, Tyler. That shots that have been sent over to him.
By my count, 8 balls have been hit his way that he's fielded so far today. I'm getting the yes head shake from our sports information director, Kyle Edmond, so I am correct on that number. As bunt shown by Clay Jacobs, pulled back, but it's a strike, and the count goes full 3-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Big here for Jacob Turner. His payoff pitch, up and outside with the fastball, his second walk allowed of the day. Jacobs reaches base with 2 outs, and it'll bring up Gavin Bayless, the bottom of the order for the Cardinals.
Looked like that fastball just got a little bit away from Turner there, just kind of rolled up high.
A little bit of an adrenaline fastball right there.
Definitely.
Sailed up just a little bit. Wasn't a bad 3-2 pitch. Bayless is 0 for 2 on the day. He's flown out to center field twice. Jacob Turner pickoff attempt, back in safe diving is Clay Jacobs. Jacobs on the base paths, 14 stolen bases on 18 attempts, the second most on this Ball State team. The 14 stolen bases are tied for the 4th most in the Mid-American Conference. Interesting here. Jacob Turner on the mound. It appears the pitch comm went bad. He was holding up his hands as the pitch clock was running down. Kyle Halleck was out of the dugout by a few feet. We may have had a pitch clock violation. Have not seen a signal by the umpiring crew. As now we do. It is going to be 1-0. So a pitch clock violation as the pitch comm went bad for Jacob Turner. Nothing he could do there. Just unfortunate. He'll start from behind 1-0 on Gavin Bayless.
Yeah, not much he can do.
Just unfortunate there for Turner. Fastball misses inside and out. It's 2-0. He was on the mound trying to say there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
He
did
stepped off the
could.
mound, but they let that run all the way down. Fastball misses up high for a ball, 3-0. Jacobs looked like he was trying to go there. May have lost his footing or it was a fake steal, one of the two, but he stays at first. We'll see if he goes on the 3-0 pitch with 2 outs.
I think Jacobs is in Turner's head a little bit. Turner's already thrown 2 back towards him. Just tried to fake that out.
Took a look over at him, now delivers. He stays put. Fastball catches the inside corner. Bayless was starting to motion to head over for a walk, but he'll stay in there. Count now 3-1. Pitch clock going to get reset to 20 here as Turner steps on the rubber. Delivers to the plate. Bunt shown on the 3-1 count and pulled back. Fastball misses up high. It's a 5-pitch walk for Jacob Turner. He's issued back-to-back free passes, 3 walks in the game. And it'll go top of the order with Alex Richter. We'll see how long Turner stays in, and the answer is going to be not much longer. Actually, no longer instead, as Kyle Halleck in a motion to the bullpen. We'll have a new pitcher for the Falcons. And when we come back, runners on first and second for Ball State here at the top of the 6th. Bowling Green leads 5-2. 2 outs in the inning right here on Falcon Radio.
Hey everybody, Rachel Ray here. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face than cooking up a big meal for the whole family and lots of friends. But there's not enough room at my table for the 17 million kids in our country who struggle with hunger. That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks collects surplus food to give hope to hungry kids. But they can't do it without your help. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
Jacob Turner's day is done. A very solid outing for the junior right-hander. Will hold off on his final line. Still has 2 runners out of the base pass that he is responsible for. But the new pitcher for Bowling Green is going to be Owen Poole. Can you tell us a little bit about Owen Poole, Noah?
Yeah, of course. The sophomore right-hander, number 22. He has a 5.68 ERA on the season, has a 3-3 win-loss with 14 appearances in the games. He's
out of the bullpen, I believe, as well.
I'd assume so. He's doing a great job doing his part, I'd say.
Yeah, he's been one of those solid arms out of the bullpen for Bowling Green this season. He has not allowed an earned run in 4 straight outings against Central Michigan and Miami in 2 games against Western Michigan. Over that span, he has 5 strikeouts to 2 walks. Those outings, if I can do a little quick math here, span over 5 innings combined. Been a solid arm out of the bullpen. He'll face top of the order of Ball State with Alex Richter. There are 2 outs in the inning and runners on first and second for Ball State. 1 for 2 on the day with a home run is Richter. He's also walked. Fouls this one off to the left side past the batting cages behind the Bowling Green dugout. The home run was on the first pitch he saw from Jacob Turner in the game. A solo shot. It was Ball State's only run until they scored a last inning in the 5th. Fastball misses outside for Poole. Count goes to 1-1.
2 quick guys on the bases here, Tyler. Wouldn't be shocked to see a double steal or something to happen.
This one grounded to the right side. Fielded on the backhand by the second baseman, Curlis. Throws over to Birchmeyer for the final out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Bowling Green still leads 5-2 right here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio.
It's time now to get a look at what's happening around BGSU. Coming up this Wednesday evening, it's the Sunset Movie at the Doit. The fan-selected movie will start at 8 p.m. with pizza and games starting at 7. On Thursday, the Summer Splash Party takes place at the Student Recreation Center pools. This event features many summer competitions and prizes, including an open swim, music, and time with the Paws Therapy Dogs. And coming up on the weekend of May 2nd, it's the 2025 commencement. Ceremonies will take place throughout the 2nd and 3rd. More information can be found at bgsu.edu/commencement. For a full list of events from around campus, visit events.bgsu.edu. I'm Nate. That's a look at what's happening around BGSU on Falcon Radio.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green coming on to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Owen Quinn still on the mound for Ball State, as we do have a final line on Jacob Turner. Turner goes 5 2/3 innings pitched, gives up 8 hits, but only allows 2 runs, which are both earned. 3 walks to 2 strikeouts across 81 pitches. Jacob Turner exits the game in position for a win if everything stands as it is.
Would be a well-deserved win, too, for Jacob Turner. He did his job through 5 2. Did exactly what he had to.
Yep. Top of the order for Bowling Green, due up TJ Tackett's Garrett Wright, and the defensive highlight himself, Brady Birchmeyer.
It's so interesting that we've harped so much on his defensive skills today.
Yeah.
And he just continues to shine.
Yeah.
All game.
Hasn't had the best day at the plate, but he's been stellar over at first in the field. TJ Tackett's is 1 for 3, a single and 2 strikeouts. First pitch just misses for a ball, not by much. Maybe just a tad high. Tackett's hasn't had the best season in terms of batting average or power that he would have liked, but he's continued to be an on-base machine for Bowling Green. That one in there for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Came into the game batting just .272 with 5 doubles and 4 home runs. That slugging percentage at only .421, but the on-base percentage at .432. He's also got 8 stolen bases to his name. He fouls this one to the back. I believe the only Falcon with more is DJ Newman. He has the most out of any Bowling Green player today, though.
Tackett's is also a very smart player.
Yes.
From what I've seen. He knows when
Kyle
to
Halleck
move.
has talked about that, about his baseball IQ for any player, but especially just for a sophomore, especially in the base pass. He is just a smart baseball player, like you're saying. 1-2 count. Foul tips this at the plate.
And that's exactly what you want from a leadoff guy, is to have that smart IQ, the guy that can get the extra bases.
Yep. Definitely. Tackett's awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Down inside for a ball. We have an appeal down to third base umpire Stephen Miller on the check swing. Tackett's did not go around, was not really close.
I didn't think he was either.
Jay Myers doing due diligence behind the plate, just making sure. Count even at 2-2. Owen Quinn taking his time on the mound. Pitch clock down to 5. Leg kick delivery. This one roped on a line, but fell down the first base side.
Quinn is definitely taking his time up there on the mound. He's been using up that pitch clock.
He definitely has, making the batters work at his own pace. Not speeding up for them. The 2-2 pitch by Quinn to TJ Tackett's, down inside and low. Count goes full to Tackett's. TJ has 25 walks to 21 strikeouts this season. The full count pitch by Quinn. Check swing by Tackett's, just a bit outside off the plate. Give TJ Tackett's a walk. He reaches base for the second time today, and the Falcons have a leadoff runner on to begin the 6th inning.
Once again, that leadoff runner is going to be huge for the Falcons.
The catcher, Garrett Wright.
Brings up Garrett Wright. First pitch to Wright, right down the middle for a strike. Talk about walks and reaching base. Garrett Ray has reached space all 3 plate appearances today. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. The 0-1 delivery to him. Grounds this to the right side, fielded by the first baseman, Hasovsky. Goes to Grego at second for 1. And back to first for a double play. Base pass clear for Brady Birchmeyer.
Battle of good plays at first base today, Tyler. Both having double plays here.
Indeed, indeed. Brady Birchmeyer, 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts and a walk. First pitch up and outside for a ball. Birchmeyer's been very solid for Bowling Green this season. This one down low in the dirt for a ball. Birchmeyer tied for 9th in the MAC with 8 home runs and sits in 5th in the conference with 41 runs batted in. Fastball misses outside, and it's a 3-0 count to Brady Birchmeyer. On deck is Gavin Gannon, who has a home run and a double, 4 RBIs today.
As you had mentioned earlier, Tyler, Birchmeyer not having the greatest day at the plate, not up to his standards. Wouldn't be shocked to see something happen here if this becomes a 3-1 count.
Would have to imagine he's take all the way right now with the 3-0 count. Catches the inside corner for a strike. Count moves to 3-1 with 2 outs in the inning on Brady Birchmeyer. The 3-1 pitch off speed. This one grounded through the infield into left field for a 2-out single for Brady Birchmeyer, and that'll bring up Gavin Gannon with a runner on base. Gannon has had himself an incredible day. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, 2 for 3, a double, a home run, and 4 runs batted in for Gannon. On the season, he has now batted in 23 runs this year. 7 doubles and 5 home runs to his ledger as well.
Doing his job there at the 4-hole. Doing exactly what he has to do.
First pitch to Gannon. Down and outside for a ball. Nice sliding stop by Arnold behind the plate. Owen Quinn has not done the best job of getting ahead of these batters.
Not much movement over there by Birchmeyer.
Wouldn't expect to see him go. 0 for 2 on stolen base attempts this season is Birchmeyer. Big hack and a miss by Gavin Gannon. Nods his head to himself after the big swing and a miss. A lot of Gavin Gannon at-bats go one of 2 ways. He tends to strike out quite a bit, but he also has a lot of pop in the bat. Head coach Kyle Hallett calling him the strongest guy on the team.
And it's shown today.
Gannon flies this out to fairly deep center field. Bayless going back on the warning track, makes the catch as he barrels into the wall. What a play by Bayless in center field to retire Gavin Gannon and end the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th right here on Falcon Radio.
Freshman pitcher Morgan Beckham threw 7 2/3 scoreless innings en route to a series win for BGSU softball over Western Michigan, earning herself this week's Falcon Media Sports Network Athlete of the Week. Beckham started Game 2 of the series against the Broncos, throwing 5 scoreless innings that earned her a complete game thanks to an 8-0 Mercy Rule victory in Game 1 on Saturday. The Middlesburg, Florida native went on to throw 2 more scoreless innings in relief in Game 3 of the series, earning herself this week's MAC Pitcher of the Week award as well. This has been Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week.
back here at Stellar Field. Bowling Green leads Ball State 5-2 as we head into the top of the 7th. Just a scheduling update here for the Zig Zone, which is Falcon Media Sports Network's weekly sports radio show, hosted by Holden Ruck and a cast of FMSN members, usually Ben Korak. I'm on there once in a while, Lucas Kleinmeyer, to name a few. That is usually Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM. Due to Easter, it is now going to air Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM. So the Zig Zone this Saturday from 4 to 6. Don't want to miss it. Derek Vandermeer, the athletic director for Bowling Green, who is actually in attendance here today, will be on for a special segment about the Ziggies, which is BG's yearly end-of-year awards show. And Falcon Media Sports Network, for the second year in a row, is going to have a big hand in helping provide coverage for the Ziggies. To see all the coverage that we are doing leading up to it and during the event, you can head over to theziggies.com. That'll take you to a page that shows all of our coverage for it, and you can stay tuned to the BG Falcon Media and Falcon Media Sports Network social channels, along with bgfalconmedia.com for updates for the Ziggies. It'll take place April 23rd. And we will have a ton of coverage leading up to the event, as we've continued to do during the event and after the event. This one flown out fairly deep right center field by Grego. Going back as Tackett's at the wall over his head. A solo shot for Dylan Grego in the 7th.
And you know, Tyler, it was bound to happen. Grego was going to bounce onto the scene. I had mentioned it before the game. It just happened that it was going to be a home run.
You mentioned Grego pregame as a guy to watch that you wanted to see if he was going to continue to stay hot at the plate. Was 0 for 3 before that. Now 1 for 4 with an RBI and a home run. Brings up Nick Hasofsky. Looks at a first pitch fastball.
Hasofsky's had 2 singles so far today, struck out in the first inning.
This one flown to the left side. Chasing after it is Motice in foul territory. Made the catch right before running into the bullpen. A nice play by Carter Motice in left field for the first out of the inning.
There's been a lot of balls hit out towards that left foul line. I'm very happy that he got to this one and got the out.
You were right. He's chased quite a few down that line today. That was the first one that hung up there just long enough and was close enough to fair play that he was able to get to. And it brings up Garrett Arnold. First pitch to him, fastball up high for a ball. Arnold is 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Lines this out to left field. Going back towards the warning track and making the catch is Carter Motice. Couple nice plays by the freshman in left field back to back if there's 2 outs in the inning.
Once again, freshman coming in huge, making big plays in the 7th inning. Exactly what you need here.
It'll bring up Blake Beavis.
Left field.
The 5-hole hitter for Ball State, looking to continue the inning. Cardinals now trail again by just 2 runs, 5-3. First pitch to him, catches the outside corner of the fastball for a strike. Owen Poole's next delivery just misses off that outside corner, a little more elevated. Count even at 1-1.
Poole's doing a good job of keeping the pitch count low, each batter. Getting there, throwing the strikes, and getting out.
This one drilled but foul down the left field line. Owen Poole had 2 appearances against Ball State last season. The first was on March 17th, when a third of an inning gave up a hit and walked a batter, did not allow a run. The second was on April 25th at the MAC tournament. Or, sorry, that's not That is May 25th, I should say, at the MAC tournament. And he gets the strikeout here. We'll have to hold off on that one as that'll end the inning. And we will head to the bottom of the seventh inning stretch from the bottom of the seventh here at Stellar Field. Bowling Green still ahead by 2 runs, 5-3 on Falcon Radio.
Hey BGSU students, this is your opportunity to host your very own radio show or podcast. Get involved with Falcon Radio and quickly learn the skills you need to produce your own program. In 30 minutes or less, you'll be armed with the information you need to operate studio equipment, put on your own live shows, or recorded content. Students from all disciplines are encouraged to get involved and take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to use world-class facilities to create your own podcast. Falcon Radio, for Falcons, by Falcons.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up for Bowling Green. In the bottom half of the seventh, Zach Corky, Gunnar Antillion, Braden Curlis for the Falcons. As it is still, I believe, Owen Quinn out there on the mound for Ball State. Seeing the long relief that he offers on display here for the Cardinals. As the Falcons still maintain a 2-run lead, 5-3. There is an arm up in the bullpen for Bowling Green. Up for Bowling Green is Titus Lotz, it appears, the left-handed arm for the Falcons. It is Lotz up there getting loose, so we'll see if it's Lotz or Pull in the top of the 8th. But we have the bottom of the 7th first. It's a swing and a miss to begin the at-bat for Zach Horkey. Horkey is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to third and short. He's also walked. He was the first of 5 batters walked by Keegan Johnson. Next pitch also in there for a strike, so Horkey goes down the count 0-2.
Yeah, Horkey's going to look to try and get out of this 0-2 jam.
Owen Quinn taking his time. Down to 3 on the pitch clock. Comes set, delivers, swing and a miss. On the high heat by Quinn. And Horkey's down on strikes. For the first time today, you can give Owen Quinn his second strikeout of the game.
Quinn doing a great job relieving Johnson.
That'll bring up Gunnar Antillion, who has arguably been the hottest bat over the past pair of games for Bowling Green. First pitch to Antillion, swinging, drills this left field. Going back is Beavis. He's at the wall. It's over his head into the trees. Gunnar Antillion, a home run in back-to-back games for Bowling Green. What a game for Gunnar Antillion, his third extra base hit of the contest. And Bowling Green moves back ahead by 3 runs, 6-3 over the Ball State Cardinals.
I mean, just a great game by Antillion. Sometimes you just see the ball so well that you just hit everything. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's been on this tear for the past couple games.
As hot as it comes at the plate, Gunnar Antillion right now. Brings up Braden Curlis. Curlis lines this one into left field for a single. The Bowling Green bats hot right now. Falcons' 9th hit of the game. They now tie Ball State in that category. As Carter Motice comes to the plate. Reached on an error, lined out to left field, and grounded out to first so far today. First pitch to Motice. A rainbow off-speed pitch that stays up high for a ball. Motice, not the biggest figure at the plate, 5'10", 169. The freshman from Canal Fulton, Ohio. Went to Massillon Jackson High School. This one in there for a strike by Owen Quinn. Count goes even to 1-1.
Motice is going to look to try and do what he did in the outfield. Flip it over to the offensive side.
Pickoff attempt here by Quinn. Diving safely back in time is Braden Curlis. Bowling Green leading Ball State 6-3 here in the bottom of the 7th at Stellar Field. One out in the inning, Curlis on first. A 1-1 count on Carter Motice at the plate. Owen Quinn, the right-hander, picks off to first again, but back in safe is Curlis. Curlis on the season, just one stolen base on one attempt. Curlis stays put as this one's fouled to the back by Motice. And the count moves to 1-2 on the freshman left-handed batter.
Quinn must be seeing something over there at first base for him to be thinking to throw back there with him only having one steal on the year.
Curlis does not go very often. Curlis stays put again as it's a swing and a miss. He got Motice to chase the high heat. And it's the third strikeout of the game for Owen Quinn. Motice down on strikes for the first time today. It'll bring up Alex Laird, the 9-hole hitter for Bowling Green.
Alex Laird, third base.
I do wonder, Tyler, why it is that Brandon Curlis doesn't go more often.
Yeah, he is still a freshman as well. I don't know if it's something with the hesitancy. Maybe they're just not giving him the go sign much.
That would be my thinking.
There's some guys that just don't go very often. He may be one of them. We'll see how he develops. Because he's got decent speed.
That's what I was thinking.
So this one flown to the right side, and it goes foul just in front of the bullpen down the right field line for Ball State. Alex Laird's 0 for 2 on the day. He's popped out to the pitcher on a bunt that turned into a double play in the second inning when Keegan Johnson was on the mound. Struck out swinging his last time up, and in between that, he walked and has a stolen base to his name. The 0-1 pitch to Alex Laird misses off the outside corner for a ball. Count goes even.
Laird's going to try and finish off this freshman 3 with something nice here. Hopefully get his freshman partner, Brandon Curlis, around the bases.
13th game and 10th start of the season for Laird as he begins to see a little more playing time recently. .250 batting average coming into today's game. This one in the dirt, and Curlis is off and going, and it stayed in front of Arnold. Curlis went, and he's gunned down at second for the final out of the inning. We head to the top of the 8th at Stellar Field. Bowling Green leading 6-3 on Falcon Radio.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Baseball faces Ball State in the second game of the series on Friday, April 18th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 12:45 for pregame and 1 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Owen Pohl still on the mound for Bowling Green. Titus Lotz is up in the bullpen. I see another arm also getting loose for the Falcons, but Pohl going to stay on the mound for Bowling Green for the time being. As we head to the top of the 8th, Bowling Green still leading. Ball State 6-3. Tyler Kavelitz alongside Noah Seeley from the Falcon Media Sports Network here with you for this one.
Yeah, and Poole's done a great job coming in after Turner. Pitched an inning and an out. Done his job so far. Going to look for another inning at least, hopefully more.
You know who the other arm getting loose for Bowling Green is, Noah?
You know, Tyler, I think you have the honors of saying it.
Connor Penrod is up and active in the Bowling Green bullpen. The BGSU single-season saves leader with 9 this year is getting loose for the orange and brown alongside Titus Lotz down that left field line. First pitch by Pohl in the 8th to Ty Davis is outside for a ball. Davis, Giovanetti, and Jacobs, 6, 7, 8, due up for the Cardinals.
No shock there, by the way, Tyler, to have Penrod warming up in a game like this.
He's not heavy warming up. Just saw him sit down and get back up. Just staying very loose right now. As the 1-1 pitch is down low by Pohl for a ball, 2-1.
I would assume.
We've seen him come in for multiple innings at a time, multiple times this year. You would think Halleck would like to only bring him in for the 9th if it's still a safe situation.
I would assume that's the idea, is
Yep.
if it comes down to it, bring him into the 9th. And if you have to, bring the other guy in the 8th.
It's a 3-1 count now on Davis by Owen Pohl. Bunt shown. It's pulled back as the fastball. So right down the middle. Spinning out of the box is Davis, pulling back the bunt. And it's a full count, 3-2. That's the second time we've seen a Ball State player show bunt on a 3-1 count. No bunt shown here on the full count. And Davis went up fishing out of the zone. And Owen Pohl retires him. Down on strikes is Ty Davis for the first out of the inning.
You know, Tyler, he went fishing, and he didn't catch a fish, I'll tell you that. He's going to go right back to that dugout.
He did not. That one was way out of the zone for ball 4. And Davis just gifted Pohl a free out in the 8th inning. Ball State down to their final 5. Fastball catches the outside corner to begin the at-bat for Ben Giovanetti. Giovanetti, 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles. He has not reached second base in today's game. Ben stranded on first both times he reached base. Backs up from this off-speed pitch that hooks inside, just misses the zone, and the count goes 1-1.
Really like that pitch by Pohl. I thought that was going to come in and land a strike.
It was very close as this one drifts down and outside for a ball, 2-1. Owen Pohl from the windup, the 2-1 delivery. This one swung on and flown out fairly deep center field. Tackett's going back at the wall, over his head, into the batter's eye. A solo shot for Ben Giovanetti.
Third solo shot here by the Cardinals tonight.
If you want to look at it on the good side for Bowling Green is that they have all been solo shots, none of them with runners on base. And it's back to a 2-run game, 6-4 Bowling Green's lead. We will see how much longer Kyle Halleck decides to leave Owen Pohl in, with Titus Lotz and Connor Penrod getting loose in the bullpen. And I'd have to imagine Connor Penrod's going to start warming up a little more here after that solo shot.
Yeah, like we had talked about, I think it all depended on what happened this inning. And with the run being given up, I would assume he starts going a little bit harder.
As might have a pinch hitter here. So the pinch hitter is going to be Braden Hebner. a freshman infielder from Evansville, Indiana.
Hitting for Jacobs, number 12, Braden Hebner.
Hebner will come in for Clay Jacobs. First pitch he sees is a fastball. Hebner has appeared in 8 games this season. This will be his third off the bench, batting .438. 7 hits and 16 at-bats. Limited action for him. Another fastball thrown in by Poole. This one catches the outside corner. A double, a triple, and 7 runs batted in for Hebner in limited action. He's been solid when he's played. Does have 6 strikeouts, though, in his 16 at-bats. The 0-2 pitch by Poole just a bit low. Did not miss by much.
Yeah, sounds like the Cardinals are just trying to switch it up here, try and get someone who has had the power to move runners around and such.
The 1-2 delivery from the right-hander. This one fouled off to the right side. That one was running in on inside on Hebner. He just threw the bat at it and caught a piece that drifted foul. Jacobs ends his day 0 for 2 with a strikeout swing, a ground out to third, and a walk. The 1-2 delivery from Owen Poole. Fastball misses just high, and the count goes even to 2-2. Hebner's worked his way back into the count after starting down 0-2.
Yeah, doing a great job of just working Poole around the edges.
Fastball caught him looking. Owen Poole with his second strikeout of the inning, his third of the game, and there's 2 outs in the inning with Gavin Bayless coming up the bat.
You had said that Hebner was more lenient to those strikeouts, and we saw that there. Got called on one.
7th time he's gone down in 17 at-bats this season. That's the first strikeout looking by Bowling Green pitchers today. First pitch to Bayless, in there for a strike. Owen Poole's rebounded well after giving up the solo shot to Ben Giovanetti.
Yeah, very similar to what our first pitcher did.
Jacob Turner in his start after the solo shot on the first pitch he threw. This one fouled off to the right side, and it counts 0-2 on Bayless. On deck is Alex Richter, the leadoff hitter, if Bayless can reach base. The 0-2 pitch from Owen Poole, just off the outside corner. Nice throwaway pitch there by Poole. Did not get Bayless the chase, and the count moves to 1-2. The payoff pitch from Poole, basically same spot, just a bit off that outside corner. Didn't get the call from home plate umpire Jay Myers. And the count goes even to 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 8th.
Wright did a good attempt trying to get both of those to be called.
2-2 pitch, bat head just thrown at it, lofted into right field. A diving catch made by Horkey in right field. What a play by Zach Horkey to end the inning.
Great job by Horkey. I mean, just using his catcher abilities and just diving out there and getting that one.
What a play by Horkey in the field. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Bowling Green still leads Ball State 6-4 right here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU softball second baseman Hannah Hunt has had a breakout season in 2025, carrying a 9-game hitting streak into the latter half of the season, where she has doubled her batting average from .195 in 2024 to .375 in 2025. Hunt is 10th in the MAC in batting average and 5th with 49 hits and 10 doubles in 131 at-bats, and she's only gone hitless in 8 of her 42 games started. The Pataskala native has had 11 multi-hit games, including 4 hits and 2 RBIs in a doubleheader sweep over the Western Michigan Broncos as part of their 3rd hit streak of 8 games or more this season. Hunt is one of 3 hitters on the Falcons hitting over 300 and one of 6 with an OPS over 700. This has been 60 Seconds in Falcon Athletics.
Owen Quinn still on the mound for Ball State as we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Falcons holding a slim 2-run advantage, 6-4.
Defensive changes for the Cardinals, number 21.
Tyler, we mentioned that Quinn was the type of pitcher to stay in for multiple innings in relief, and he's done that so far.
Gavin Bayless moves from center to left.
As we do have some
Blake Beavis
defensive
moves from
changes
left to right.
here for Ball State.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Falcons.
So
Number 9 hitter, third baseman
Bayless will go from center to left field. Beavis will go from left to right as this one's grounded to short by Alex Laird. And Grego takes care of it for the first out of the inning over at short. And we do have a new center fielder, so Hebner will not stay in the game. And it'll be John Colligan.
Top of the order, the center fielder, TJ Tackett.
Into the game for the Cardinals. So we'll see how that all plays out with the at-bats when we get there. But so it's only outfield defensive positioning for Ball State. So Bayless is in left, Colligan in center, and Beavis in right.
Yeah, and Hebner did not end up coming into the field, just was a pinch batter.
Yep. 1-1 count at the plate on TJ Tackett's. Tackett's 1 for 3 on the day, a single, 2 strikeouts, and a walk.
Was caught in a double play in the 6th inning with Garrett Wright.
The 1-1 pitch to him. Big swing and a miss by Tackett. Goes down the count 1-2. Tackett has solidified himself at the top of the order for Bowling Green with its on-base percentage. He's now working the count to 2-2.
His ability to draw walks also is very enticing as a one-hitter.
26 walks drawn to 21 strikeouts this season. Head coach Kyle Halleck will take that.
I think a lot of head coaches would.
The 2-2 pitch to Tackett. Swing and a miss. Make it 22 strikeouts on the season as he goes down on strike swinging for the 3rd time today. 2 outs in the inning. Garrett Wright coming up to the plate. Wright made contact with a ball in play for the first time in this game, last time up in the 6th. But he did ground into the double play that Tackett was also a part of. He's been hit by a pitch, grounded in that double play, and been walked twice. Garrett Wright, another on-base machine. Check swing on the first pitch. He went around. Jay Myers making the call behind the plate. Wright will start the count from behind.
And you know, Tyler, that duo of Tackett and Wright being able to get on base whenever they really care, whenever they want to, is ideal.
This pitch down low and outside in the dirt. Count goes to 1-1 on Garrett Wright. Wright has been one of the best hitters in the MAC this season. Building off his MAC Freshman of the Year campaign last year. Big swing and a miss by Wright. Don't see him swing a miss like that very often. Fooled by the off-speed, way ahead of it, and he goes down the count 1-2.
I don't think it's an insane statement to say that we've seen 2 of the best sophomores in the MAC today.
Yeah,
with Johnson
definitely.
and Wright.
You make the argument for the two best sophomores in the Mid-American Conference in action here today at Stellar Field. Fouled off to the left side by Wright. Count stays at 1-2. Quinn delivers the 1-2 pitch. Bat head just thrown out by Wright. Pops it up in the infield. And it's caught by the second baseman, Richter. We head to the top of the ninth here at Stellar Field. Bowling Green leading Ball State 6-4. And Connor Penrod will come on when we come back right here on Falcon Radio.
Due to Easter, the Zig Zone, which is Falcon Media Sports Network's radio show about all things BGSU athletics, will air from 4 to 6 p.m. on Saturday on WBGU 88.1 FM. Make sure to tune in as we will have a special discussion with BGSU Athletic Director Derek Vandermeer about the Ziggies. I Zig.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
On to pitch for Bowling Green is the closer for the Falcons, Connor Penrod. Not much more you can say about Penrod this season other than he has been absolutely incredible for the Falcons. His 15th appearance out of the bullpen here. He's 3-1 on the year with 9 saves. The 9 saves, a single-season program record for Bowling Green. He has a .93 earned run average, allowed just 2 earned runs and 14 hits in 19 1/3 innings pitched this year, 27 strikeouts to 8 walks. Opponents batting just .192 against the right-handed senior reliever from Wauseon, Ohio.
Yeah, no shock here, Tyler, that they come to him in the top of the ninth. You're going against the best team in the MAC. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 that he faces. This is exactly where he wants to be. This is exactly where Coach wants him to be. I wouldn't expect anything less than great.
Final line for Owen Poole. He goes 2 1/3 innings pitched and throws 35 pitches. Poole gives up 2 hits and 2 runs, each of which are earned. Does not walk a batter and strikes out 3. Penrod will face 1, 2, 3 in the order for Ball State. Alex Richter, Dylan Grego, and Nick Hasofsky. First pitch to Richter, up high and outside with the fastball for a ball. Penrod features an electric low 90s fastball with a very good breaking ball. Bunt shown here by Richter. Fastball thrown in for a strike. Count goes even to 1-1 on the leadoff hitter for Ball State, left-handed batter Alex Richter.
Interesting tactic there to show bunt there. Don't know exactly what the...
Seen it a few times at questionable times in at-bats by Ball State hitters today, and they're not really committal to it as doesn't show it there, fouls it off to the left side. Count goes to 1-2.
Like, my first thought maybe goes to, like, a way to, like, confuse the pitcher, but I just don't know exactly where.
Them off the rhythm, possibly.
Yeah, that would be my only thinking.
Look and pitch is better. Not exactly sure. 1-2 pitch by Penrod. Fastball left up high. Count goes even. Connor Penrod had a .792 ERA last season. Worked all off season long to get to the form that he's been in this year. The 2-2 pitch from Penrod, fouled off to the left side. We'll do it again at 2-2. Top of the ninth, nobody out. 6-4, Bowling Green leads. Penrod in, looking for his 10th save of the season.
In the ninth, Tyler, every out is important, but I think specifically this out is coming with Dylan Grego. just came off of a home run.
The 2-2 pitch to Richter. This one popped up in the shallow left field. Diving for it and dropping it is Antillion. Would have been an incredible play by the shortstop. Just not able to corral it. And reaching base safely to begin the inning will be Richter.
Yeah, and Antillion put everything into that. Got all the way out there, got the glove up there, just couldn't come down with it.
As expected, that'll be a single for Richter. And Dylan Grego is the tying run at the plate for Ball State.
Coming off of the home run in the 7th inning.
First pitch to Grego, fastball up high by Penrod. That was his first hit of the game last time up, the solo shot. Before that, grounded out to first 2 times and flew out to right field. The 1-0 pitch by Penrod, foul tipped at the plate by Grego. Count goes even to 1-1. Ball State's going to make Penrod work. They're doing it already through the first 2 batters.
Without a doubt, I'd expect nothing less with 1, 2, 3.
You don't see much hard contact made off of Penrod. That single was a blooper, and Penrod runs inside and hits Grego on the leg. Just the second hit by pitch by Penrod this season. And runners on first and second now for Ball State, with nobody out in the 9th. Nick Hasovsky to the plate.
Tyler, I, for one, would not like to get hit in the leg by Connor Penrod.
Wouldn't be ideal.
Pitch.
Hasovsky is 2 for 4 on the day with 2 singles. He struck out swing and flown out to left. Boy, a double play ball here would be great for Bowling Green.
Yes, it would. Middle infielder's going to be playing in double play depth. Corner's pinched.
Wonder if we could see a bunt here by Ball State.
Would not be shocked.
Sofsky does not show it. All speed down the middle for a strike to begin the at-bat by Penrod. We've seen Connor Penrod before with a bases loaded jam and nobody out work out of it. He's been in tougher situations. A very high leverage situation he faces right now. The 0-1 pitch by Penrod. Check swing on the off speed. Did he go around? Appeal down to first base umpire Derek Whitfield said he did not. And the count goes to 1-1.
I think there's very few situations you could put Penrod in and he wouldn't feel confident in.
The 1-1 pitch by Penrod. This one grounded over to third. Fielded by Laird. Goes to second for 1. Over to first. Double play. Exactly what Penrod and the Falcons needed right there.
Yeah, Alex Laird coming in. Hasn't played third in a couple games. Comes out here. Turns a double play right there. Gets us moving. Keeps a guy on third. 2 outs.
As he said, advancing from second to third is Alex Richter. Brings up Garrett Arnold. Arnold has an RBI on the day. He is still the tying run at the plate with Bowling Green up 6-4. Connor Penrod, 1 out away from his 10th save of the season, would become the first Falcon in program history to reach double-digit saves in a single year. First pitch by Penrod. This one driven out to center field. Tackett settles under it and makes the catch. Connor Penrod notches his 10th save of the year. More history for Penrod as Bowling Green takes game 1 against Ball State.
Expecting nothing less, Tyler. Connor Penrod has done it. He's gotten to double digits.
What a season for Connor Penrod. What a game by the Falcons. They win over the Cardinals 6-4 and take the first game of the series against the MAC leading Ball State Cardinals. We'll wrap this. We'll take a quick break, then wrap this one up right here on Falcon Radio.
The average time a resume spends on an HR manager's desk is 7 seconds, and most of them are tossed aside. Now imagine if one of those resumes belonged to Yasmin, who was
living in a shelter, juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
We rely so much on a resume, yet it could never tell the full story of someone who
had to be independent and take initiative, and that's how I handle every project I get.
Discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org. Brought to you by Grads of Life and the Ad Council.
Standing up for what's right. Helping out when things go wrong. Seeking the truth and speaking our minds. Not just making records, but breaking them. Leading the way behind the camera, beyond the runway, and on the silver screen. Not just making our mark, but making a difference. Now that's a job for a Girl Scout. Girl Scouts, preparing girls for a lifetime of leadership.
Falcon softball begins a 3-game series against Central Michigan in Mount Pleasant on Friday, April 18th at 3 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Foster Rosti will have a recap of the game on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green winners over Ball State in the first game of the 3-game series, 6-4. Connor Penrod notches his 10th save of the season, becoming the first Falcon to reach double-digit saves in a single season in program history.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler, that was incredible. Like we had talked about, Connor Penrod can get out of any situation, realistically. And he had 2 runners on, no outs. We get a ground ball to third, double play, first and second, guy on third. Nice little pop out to center field. Just completes the game.
Does indeed. The historic season for Penrod continues, as it's hard to understate how big of a win that is for Bowling Green. They moved to 25-11 overall, 13-6 in the MAC. Ball State falls to 27-12 overall and 13-3 in the MAC. As the race for the MAC regular season championship is still a 4-way race between Ball State, Miami of Ohio, Kent State, and Bowling Green. Falcons staying around in the mix of things as we continue to make our way through April.
Yeah, this was a much-needed win for the Falcons. Coming off of Miami, we had lost how many games to? Have we played Miami?
Yeah, lost 2 out of 3 against Miami.
So we need a big
2 out of 3 against Western. Back-to-back MAC series losses. A huge win against Ball State here today for Bowling Green.
Yes, couldn't agree more. Going to need another one tomorrow or Saturday, excuse me, to really help feel it for me.
It was a great start by Jacob Turner. He picks up the win. 5 2/3 innings pitched, gives up 8 hits, 2 runs, which are both earned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts, 81 pitches for him. Rebounded after giving up a home run on his first pitch of the game. Owen Poole went 2 1/3 in relief, and then Penrod locked things down for the Falcons. For Ball State, Keegan Johnson takes his first loss of the season. He goes 3 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. 4 1/3 innings pitched out of the bullpen from Quinn. Not enough to save things for Ball State. Some of the leaders offensively for the Falcons. Gunnar Antillion stays red hot at the plate. 3 for 4. He drives in a run, scores twice. And then Gavin Gannon, 2 for 4, has a home run and drives in 4 runs. Braden Kurlos also had a 2-hit day. Brady Birchmeyer and TJ Tackett's also collecting a hit apiece. A lot of output from a number of different Falcons throughout that lineup.
Yeah, I would say an all-around just fantastic game by our offense. And like we had said at the start of the broadcast, the big thing was our offense needed to beat Johnson. And I think we not only beat Johnson, but I think we we beat Quinn, too. I think we outplayed their pitchers without a doubt. Some of our top guys, Garrett Wright, didn't have the best game. Still ended up on base multiple times, had walks, had hit by pitches. I mean, between Antillian and Ganun, we had 3 doubles, 2 home runs. Just fantastic. Filled up the stat sheet.
A very incredible win, a great win for the Falcons here. So 2 more games left in the series. It'll be Friday and Saturday, currently scheduled at 1 p.m. for both of those. They'll both be on Falcon Radio. The Friday game, I will be on the call with Chaz McNeil, and we're scheduled for Chaz and Coyle Withrow, who was taking photos here today, for the Saturday call. Keep your eye on BG_FMSN on Twitter X, as there is a 70% chance of rain right now for Saturday, so we'll see if anything ends up getting moved around schedule-wise. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But that'll about do it for us here from Stellar Field. Bowling Green winner 6-4 over Ball State in the first of 3 games. Before we go off the air, I want to send a few thank yous. First to your Noah, joining me on the call. It was great calling this one with you.
It was fantastic. Wouldn't have had it with anyone else.
Of course, and want to thank Nate Henners back in the Falcon Radio studio at the Coolene Center for getting us on and off air. Couldn't do it without you. Doing a great job, as always, back there in the studio. But that'll do it for us here from Stellar Field. Bowling Green winners over Ball State 6-4. For Noah Seeley, Nate Henners, and the rest of the Falcon Media Sports Network, this is Tyler Kavlitz saying, have a great day. This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.